would you eat a hamburger that had 25% poop in it? I'm like, why are you even? And she said, would you eat a hamburger that's got like 5% poop? And it's like, no, I want a poop-free hamburger. Thank you very much. And by the way, we're not going to lunch. And what she was trying to tell me is that even though things were wonderful when he was wonderful, how not wonderful he was, which was scaring me, was sufficiently not wonderful that I eventually had to find my way out of that relationship. I'm not saying that's what you should do. I am getting...
But that's not the boyfriend. That's actually, that's what you explained there is my we're still married, so I'm saying my husband. Legally, we're still married, and we were together for 18 years.
If you're legally still married, that is what I'm picking up. Sorry about that. Okay, yes.
Yeah, that's what you're picking up, yeah.
Oh, he's a little bonkers. Yeah, I'm glad you're out of there. Thank you. I don't know how to say this tactfully, and excuse the technical psychiatric language, but he's cuckoo for coconuts, pal. Anyway,
don't sugarcoat it. Just I'm good with you. I'm like, come to bring me all, just bring it all to me.
Yeah,
I
used to be like that. When I hit a certain age, which I'm not going to tell you what it was, I suddenly got like, peace and quiet sounds like fun. But
yes.
But I think you're fine for now. I love your kids. You did a great job with your girls. They're really good people. Okay, so let me tell you what I'm getting in terms of your job. Okay, hold on. I'm actually going to draw a card. I don't do that very often, but during the show.
Thank you.
That's really interesting. Huh. Oh, that's really good. Okay. I got the Queen of Cups. Kind of a crazy deck. My cousin Dusty sent me this deck from Germany. Very cool. But it's very German looking. It's for like dark. So the Queen of Cups is a Scorpio woman. It can also be a Pisces or Cancer woman, but it's you. When you get this card, it means that you're entering in a time of real self-expression and kind of, for lack of a better word, I don't want to sound like a fortune teller, but kind of good luck, if that makes sense. So, and I have a feeling you are so good with people. You have a lot of skills. I'm not sure you finished your college degree, but that's okay. Me neither, frankly. But you're very, very good with people. Oh, let me just tell you. Hey, Narelle. My best friend in Australia is also called Narelle. I'll be with you in a few minutes. I'm on with Stephanie, but don't go anywhere and do that deep vagus nerve breath while you're waiting. Okay. Stephanie. Okay. And you spelled it the right way, too. You, Stephanie. Okay. Here's what I'm getting. So you don't live in a huge town, but you do live in a town that has a couple of fancy hotels. Am I right?
Actually, we call it a village. We have a dollar store and a cake piece, and I'm in the middle of 3 different larger towns.
But I'm going to say that you're within 20 miles. You're within driving distance of.
Correct.
I'm going to say that 25 miles to the. I'm going to say north is a town that's got. What I'm getting at. When I say hotels, I'm not suggesting you should go be a call girl. No. I'm a collect call girl. I pay them. No, okay. What I'm suggesting is you'd be really good working in hotels as a concierge or you started in reception. You're so good with people and you're kind of psychic, possibly because about knowing what people need or want, because you're so thoughtful. You're so thoughtful. Also, you're a mom, so of course you have that, but you have it more than most people. So doing something like that and being in an elegant and kind of glamorous environment would, I think, be wonderful for you. Because I just think you've got such an elegance to you. You really do.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Home health care. I'm thinking about a health care home. Help at home, health care, maybe.
I think that's as somebody, I've taken care of my elderly, crippled mother for the last 5 years of her life. I can tell you that if you are good at home health care, you are worth your weight in gold. I had such trouble finding good help. So somebody with your personality and your patience, I think you'd be great at that. I was just suggesting the hotel because it's kind of the same amount of money and a little less letting people around, but you're very empathetic. So you could either find the best agency in a 50-mile range or start your own agency. Not that hard. And you've got some good business skills. You're good at business. Now, let's get back to your love life. I think you're getting married. Hold on a second. Let me just pull a card to see if I'm right about that. When you think you gotta give some love and that. Oh, yep. You're getting married. And, if he's been with you for 4 years, put a ring on her already, dude. I'm not
even doing it yet.
What? You're not doing it? You don't want to get married? You don't have to.
No, I'm not divorced yet from my husband. I'm still not divorced from him. From him yet.
One well-placed meteorite where your husband is standing would do the world. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. On the other hand, it would be kind of entertaining and dramatic and painless. You wouldn't know what was happening. But what I'm seeing is the relationship you're in. It's this card, as you can see, it's different generations. Try not to look at my hands because I've been gardening. So, but it's like an older guy, a younger woman, an old person, couple dogs. The dogs symbolize loyalty, by the way, in tarot. Or they could just symbolize dogs if you have dogs. But I like to take loyalty. I think this person I think you're going to stay together. And he can also get some, if he's having stress issues right now, there's a lot more affordable and sometimes free mental health care. Call your representative. That's what our congresspeople and Senate and local representatives are there for. They're there to help us find answers. So I am just getting the feeling that you're coming into one of the, and I'm not just saying this. Honest to gosh, I don't just say stuff, obviously. But I will say I think you're coming into one of the best years of your life. And I mean that. How is that, my love? Did that answer anything for you? I think your relationship is going to work out. I think you're going to stay together. I think you've got a good blended family. The kids get along, which is key. His kids are nice.
Yeah.
Your kid. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I can take chills. I mean, I have the chills, and what you said about I have some abilities. I don't know exactly how to.
Yeah, you do.
Work
you know what? Next week, I'm going to announce a class that I'm running. It's like $10 on how to develop your psychic skills. Tune in next week or check my Facebook account. My Facebook is Perry Lyons, P-E-R-I, like Periwinkle, Lyons, L-Y-O-N-S. Just find me there, and you'll see announcements and stuff. So I'm so glad I met you. You're lovely. And happy belated birthday. So, all right, Nella.
You too.
I'm going to take Narelle. Just stay in touch and let me know how you're doing, okay?
Thank you.
My pleasure. Hi, Narelle. How are you? Are you still there, Narelle?
Hello.
Yeah. Hi, baby.
Hi.
I'm great. I wish I was in Australia. As my listeners know, I lived in Sydney and Darlinghurst to see you in Darlinghurst. For a while, and I love Australians. I love the culture. I love everything there. So, how can I help you? And when is your birthday?
My birthday's 4th of March.
Oh, really? You're Pisces too?
I'm a Pisces.
Rock on, sister. Pisces women. I have to say, I love Pisces men. They're incredibly charming. Honestly, they're a little weak. They're adorable.
Oh,
But
no.
Pisces women, man, we can take on the world and look cute doing it.
We could.
Just saying. So, how can I help you, my darling Narelle? It's so funny you have the same name as my poor friend lived in Sydney for a while.
I'm trying to get some closure in my life.
Trying to get some closure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had quite a few deaths this year, so I just want to see if there's anything coming through from the other side, any messages.
Oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, let me see who's coming through. I will tell you, sometimes it's good to get a little specific, because if I just crack the door open and go, the first person who comes through is usually like a great aunt on your cousin's side. Like, there are a lot of people waiting behind that door. Can you get a little more specific so I can be a little more effective? Nothing against your great aunt, your cousin's side.
No. My father.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, he's delightful. Oh, he showed up quick. Is he kind of Irish or English looking? Kind of high colored? A little on the bigger side? I don't mean fat. I just mean like broad shouldered or like barrel chested. Yeah?
He used to be.
Yes? Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
They tend to present at around 35, because even after we're dead, we're still vain. And that's when we look the best. It's like around 30, 35. I just love him. He was very hardworking. And do you have 2 brothers?
One. I have 2 sons.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So he had 2 sons, or you?
I've got 2
Speak up,
sons,
tiny bit.
but he only had 1.
You only have 1. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm getting 2 brothers. I don't know why. Interestingly, he loves you a lot, but you're actually doing pretty well. Your brother is pulling focus for me a bit. I don't think he's doing as well as you are. Your father would like you to get in touch with him. I don't know if you guys are speaking or not. Yeah, I know. You might have to be the bigger person. I think he's in a lot of pain. He'd have to be that nasty to you. I'm not going to use the word that starts out BAS and ends in TARD, but that's kind of what he was to you. So, I think I just spelled out the whole word. Sorry. Yeah. That's kind of because he's married to a witch, and I apologize for my spelling. Sorry, I don't mean to be negative. We've got 2 minutes. So, your father would sometime in the next year, if you feel like being the bigger person and reaching out to your brother. I'm wondering if your mother had a miscarriage or something. Definitely. But he also just loves you. He didn't pass that long ago. It feels like 8 months.
Yeah, February.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's very present. He's also very mischievous. I think in life he was very playful. Is that correct? He had a great sense of humor. He's very funny. I really like him.
I didn't see him for probably 7 years before he died.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I need to stand out that he died. Yeah.
Did I wait? Say that again.
We didn't talk for 7 years. Now I just recently found out that he died back in February.
Oh, I'm so sorry, darling. He wasn't saying that. What I do know is he loves you. We've got about 30 seconds, so I'm going to talk really fast about New York, so it's really easy for me. Here's what I want you to know. What I'm getting from him is that he's very apologetic. Honestly, I'm not going to say what he had a problem of some kind. I'm not going to privacy things. I'm not going to go into detail, but you know what I'm talking about. And he could be very difficult. He's very sorry for that. He's very sorry. But his basic self, who he really is just loves the hell out of you. He really does. And you're going to start seeing things move around in your house. They might not move when you're looking at them, but you're going to put something down, you turn around, and it'll be gone. That's him trying to get your attention, and he's sorry. But boy, does he love you. And you were also named after, I think, his mother. So I've got to Zoom. I'm sorry we didn't have more time, but he's there, and he loves you. Try me back next week. We'll go into it more, okay? Thank you, my church ducklings. I love you guys, and that color looks great on you. See you next week. Bye.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Insights with Solaris with Jennifer. Live from Solaris.1. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Insights with Solaris on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, whenever you're watching this. Welcome to another episode of Insights with Solaris, where I am your host, Jennifer. I have been a tarot reading for over 10 years. I do a lot of things from spirit channeling, from sound therapy, but at the end of the day, I'm simply a messenger of spirit coming to bring insight to those who find me. And if you joined us before, you'll know that I typically start out with a collective message. And I am getting quite a bit of a different direction from Spirit today. And so this message isn't going to be necessarily for the collective, but it will be for specific groups of people. So in order to know that this message is for you, of course, use your own intuition, right? Because we use our own discernment at all times. No, even if a tarot reading, a psychic of 40 years, always use your own intuition. But if you come across the numbers 221, 212, 414, 14, and 74. If you come across those numbers within the next 24 hours, then you know that this message is for you. And this is different than what I usually go for, but this is what Spirit is saying. All right. For this group of people, this is coming into a time for a really positive change. All right. You're going to be pushed very quickly into a specific direction, and know that you have fortune and luck on your side. So if you suddenly start to get a lot of movement, go with it. The universe is pushing you towards a path that is meant for your highest and greatest good. Now, you've been working hard, and you're going to have to continue to work hard, because it's not time to reap all of those rewards yet. But your skilled work is going to be rewarded at the end of this path. So just continue on with that path. If you're thinking about going to school or learning a new skill, now is the time to do that. There's going to be a lot of public recognition coming towards you, especially if you want to go into social media or you're trying to communicate with more people. You are going to be able to set the stage and bring people together. So again, if you're a part of any of those numbers, in the next 24 hours, listen to that message that you are about to be pushed forward into a path, and follow it with faith and trust. All right, and we have, let's see, a caller today. So we have Vinny from Australia. Hello, how are you?
Thank you.
What can I do for you today? Do you have any specific questions?
I feel like overwhelmed at the moment in every single way. Maybe financial, love, because I'm single at the moment.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah. So immediately I see the dreamer card coming in. So there is like a beginning step of your intuition coming forward. So you may be daydreaming a lot, possibly, as you just said, relationships. So you may be in your mind quite a bit and trying to find the possibilities, but it also seems a bit like you don't really know what to do next, what decision to make next, because I'm seeing like, hey, there's kind of a battle between like your ego and what's actually good for you. So maybe you have a specific type of person you've been attracted to, or you think that you need to be at a certain level in order to bring love into you. Like, oh, okay, I have to look like this, I have to wear this in order to be beautiful. So there is an ego in a play, and that's really going and shifting things in an imbalanced way where your heart, your being is just not lining together quite yet. But let's see what we have coming forward. So yeah, it does seem like in the next few weeks that there's going to be more like this anxious feeling coming forward, and a lot of worrying coming forward. So I think that you're already in this state of trying like, oh gosh, I don't know what to do. I'm not sure what's going forward. But that's okay, because underneath you're coming in with taking a deep breath, find some solitude, right? You're not going to find your answers when you're out running around, when you have all these thoughts in your head and you can't fall asleep, especially active thinking at night. That's going to be kind of your downfall right now, because it's just, you can't turn your mind off. So coming into finding stillness within yourself will really help you find some answers regarding all of your situations. But we're coming back into love. It's important to be fair in how you judge other people. There's maybe some potential partners surrounding you, but you have pushed them off to the side because you're not judging them for who they are, but only what you're seeing at the surface. It also means that perhaps you're not always speaking up for yourself or standing up for your beliefs. So again, this is coming back to like there's a dichotomy here. So you have emotions and logic here, but at the same time you are judging, but you're judging yourself, you're judging others, maybe not in a harsh way. You may not even be realizing that you're doing this, but there is this judgment here, and it's asking you to step back to see what is fair, what will bring balance to you. Let's get a little bit more information. All right. We got to continue to work with your intuition. You have a lot of intuition. It seems like you're getting a lot of messages while you are dreaming. You may have very vivid dreams, or you may not remember your dreams, but within that nighttime, you have a lot of activity bringing you messages through the subconscious. What I do like here is that as you follow your intuition, and we want to be fair and just on how we judge other people, but we also need to touch that trust, the gut feeling that we have on another person. So again, we have this black and white, like, is it yes or is it no? So you're going to be bouncing back and forth quite a bit. But it does seem that you could be coming into, I'm not seeing necessarily into a relationship within the next, let's see, 6 to 8 weeks. I don't see a relationship. What I do see is that within this time period, you're going to receive some type of good news. And that's going to propel your confidence forward. So you're going to be just shining brightly, and you're going to have somebody approach you who has a very open heart, who wants to get to know you, who's romantically interested in you, wants to go out and take you out on a date and share things with you. It doesn't look like this particular relationship is going to last, but it's a start of allowing you to step back into that romantic feels and stepping back into your emotions. So it's kind of like somebody's coming here, inviting you out to open the door. Again, that's not going to be within like 6 to 8 weeks, but that recognition and that confidence building will be, and that's going to bring into that next milestone of stepping out there in a new way. And overall, again, I still think this is going to take a while. I'm seeing roughly around 3 months at least. There could be a wedding invitation or some type of big event that is coming up within maybe February, March, even April may be a little bit too late, but another person is going to be coming towards you. They're going to be trying to strike up interest, like, hey, let's go out, let's do this. Is somebody who is going to be a pretty masculine energy, but also very logical. May like to argue, sometimes to debate in a friendly manner, but they are steady and they have a good foundation, and they really like puzzles too, or just critical thinking. So this is going to be somebody coming forward, possibly maybe even an engineer. So just keep an eye out for that. It may not be somebody you usually go for, but this person, even though he's a very logical, he's wanting to come forward and say, hey, let's try this out in the emotions. How are you feeling about that so far?
Yeah.
And so it's going to take a little bit longer, but you're going to have a few steps. The first person you're going to go out on a date with, it's not going to be like the one or anything like that, but it is going to help you regain more confidence. And as far as work, there is a work message coming through that continue on what you're doing. All right. I know you're not seeing what you want exactly in this moment, but you are building and you are planting the seeds and the foundation. All right. And this will come up with more rewards for you in the future. I was just saying that in the collective message, and you are part of that group. What you are doing now is going to pay off. So continue that. Even if it's going to take a little bit more patience. And you will have some interesting information regarding work coming to you within the next 72 hours. Something that you may have thought was on hold or was taking a long time, is you're going to get information, is going to pick back up. So you may just find yourself really busy at work the next few days. All right, let's see what else. See, any more messages? Any more messages for Vinny? Yes. So there is definitely a pause on the romance and the relationships at this time, but that is because you're asking to come into that balance. So the balance of logic and emotion. Again, we're seeing all these sides for you repeatedly, but that partnership is on the horizon. We just have to wait a little bit longer. So what I'm seeing is the number 12. So it could be 12 weeks. But by around this time next year, you should find yourself in a committed relationship that brings a lot of different perspectives to you. It would be very good for growth for you as well. So watch around the 12-week mark. That should help you kind of scope people out. Again, I'm seeing a wedding invitation. So if you have a wedding coming up, keep an eye out. You may meet some interesting people who you can hit it off with and be like, okay, let's go grab a drink or let's go get dinner. Or even a graduation of some type. It doesn't necessarily have to be school, but some type of completion that is or a birth announcement as well. Possibly maybe someone close to you may be announcing a pregnancy. So these are just milestones to look into, to say, hey, okay, I'm on the right path. Okay, these things are happening, so I know these other opportunities in relationships and work, they're here. Do you need clarification on anything else? We do have a little bit longer.
Okay. Thank you very much. It really resonates.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, what was that?
Yeah, it's really good. It sounds really good. Yeah.
So again, just notice the next couple weeks are going to be a little bit nervous and anxious for you. You're going to be up in your head a lot, but find that time to go into solitude, because the ending card that I pulled out is the Empress. And this is all about coming into that nurturing energy of yourself. It is great for new relationships. It's great to nurture yourself and your family members, so you have a lot of abundance and luck coming your way. So just get through the next few weeks. Things will look up closer to the new year and afterwards.
Oh, awesome. No worries. Thank you very much for your time.
Of course. I hope you have a wonderful day or night in Australia.
No worries. Thank you. See ya. Bye.
Bye.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for Zodiac Zone with Melissa Mark. Melissa Mark, live from mmastrovibes.com. Connect direct in North America. Dial 888-454-2751. In London, 2035192158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page. Facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, ask1radio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Zodiac Zone on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everyone. First of all, happy Halloween. I don't know about everybody out there, but I love Halloween. I love the energy. I feel like the spirits and just the world that we can't see is I feel like we're really connected, especially today with all of this, because it's in honor of this. And I just want to say that, I don't know, it's always been one of my favorite holidays. So let's talk about astrology. The first thing that I wanted to mention is tomorrow, November 1st, is a new moon. And it's a new moon in Scorpio. So like I say to all my clients, and like I've said on previous shows, new moons are new beginnings. And with Scorpio, it's all about transformation. So let's say you have an idea that you want to do something completely different for 2025. And you need some really good inspiration. This is a really good time to do that. It is during a new moon. New moons, like I said, are new beginnings. Very good to manifest in this moon. This moon is very transformative, and it's something that if you have this urge to do something very deep down in your soul, now is your time to do it. And I always say for things like this is to almost make a contract with yourself. And what that means is write it down. Write it down. Write what you want down in your phone, in your note section, and be very, very specific. Generally, when people manifest, they are very general. They're not very specific. But the more specific you are, the more that energy will come to you, So, for example, let's say you want in 2025 a new job, or you want to meet somebody. Be very specific about those things. Write down specifically the type of job you want, the work environment. What are some of the things that you want to accomplish with that job? If it's a new business, be very specific about it. If with a person, write down everything that you're looking for in that person, from personality to height to commonalities between you and that person. That's where I think people get caught up with the manifestation thing. They're just like, okay, I want this. And then when they don't get it, they say it doesn't work, because it's really about the thoughts that you think about things. It's not about the mind aspect. It's really matching the head-heart coherence. And I think that's an important factor that people tend to forget about. And certainly things like The Secret, which almost made it too good to be true. And you know what they say about too good to be true. If it is too good to be true, then that's what it is, right? So I just wanted to reflect on that. I wanted to say, too, that I feel that, with everything that's going on this year, don't get caught up in all the chaos. And I just, it's really about what you feel inside, not what the world is doing. So I want to go to my readings now. Shawnee from Utah.
Yes,
hi, Shawnee. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Happy Halloween. Yeah. So what I am is an evolutionary vibrational astrologer. What I do is I really look for the core, for the sole purpose of why you're here, what is blocking you from living, your highest vibration. And that's how I look at the chart. And by the way, the chart is yours. You're manifesting all of this. So if I can give you just a little, something on Halloween to inspire you, that's what I look forward to doing. So with that, what is your birth date, month, date, and year?
September 9th, 1987.
September 9th, 1987. Oops. 1987. Okay, what is the birth time?
I'm not sure, but it's in the midnight hour.
In the midnight, would you say it was after midnight?
Yeah, like 12:07.
12:07.
Somewhere around there.
Okay. And just to let you know, I do readings professionally. So if ever you wanted to take this to the next level, I would recommend you getting your birth certificate. And typically you can get it online, the county that you were born, and ask for the long form, because the long form has the time on it. So anyway, city and state you were born.
Gunnison, Utah.
Gunnison with a G or Denison with a D?
Gunnison with a G.
Okay, how do you spell that?
Gunnison.
Okay, got it right here. Okay. Okay, I figured this because, okay, so when we talk about soul purpose, what I look at in my charts is called the lunar nodes. And these are elliptical points in the sky, and they're very karmic. You come in from the south node, and the whole purpose is to get to the north node energy, which is going to bring you to your highest vibration. I would say with the south node in Libra, your south node is in Libra in the 4th house of Cancer, and your north node is in Aries in the 10th house. So these are your nodes and the things that you have to work on in this life forever. But the nodes in the sky change about every 18 months. And we are in Aries Libra right now. We're approaching Pisces Virgo, but we are still in Aries Libra. So what that means for you, south node in Libra, I would say in the 4th house, I would say you're definitely a people pleaser. You don't like conflict. You look at everything fairly, except for the fact that you sell yourself short on things. You put others before yourself. You could be a little bit codependent, and especially in relationship to family. Because it's in the 4th house. The 4th house represents family. So what your mission is you came here to lead, to step into your power, and especially in relationship to your reputation and career. So if you have this driving force that's, in you to lead something, to maybe start your own business, to go for that management position, I would say absolutely 100% do it. Does that resonate with you?
Yeah, it actually did.
Yeah, I would say you're a self-starter. You're a person that can get things done. You just have to believe that you can do it. I would say when I look to other parts of your chart, if I'm looking at Chiron being the wounded healer in Gemini, I would say that there's parts of you that are afraid to speak up and afraid to say what you want, and sometimes it's those voices in your head, that can kind of hold you back. But the power is there if you want it. And, your mind is strong. You have the sun in the 3rd house, it's in Virgo. You have Mars there. So I feel like once you kind of put your mind to it and say, this is what I'm going to do and this is what I'm going to accomplish, you can absolutely 110% do it. It's just, it comes from the thought process that, yes, I can do this. Yes, I am worthy. Yes, I'm not going to be the sidekick anymore. I want to be the star of my own show, whatever that is. So
yeah, that absolutely makes sense. Yeah, definitely makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's more than just, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, like, if you could tell, like, you know how you were saying, like, you know, if you wanted to start a business or if you wanted to, you know, become a manager, can you kind of say or, like, tell what I would be good at?
I mean, I think you would be good at, because it's coming from the fourth house, anything that has to do, let's just say, I'm just kind of, you know, throwing this out there. Anything that has to do with the home, whether it's decorating, whether it's real estate, whether it's, but it's kind of a new way to do it. It's not like, let's say you decided to get into feng shui and you use that as part of your real estate business. You're using a little bit of spiritual. You're doing it a different way. You know, you're leading something in that way. You know, just try things and whatever feels right to you, but experiment with it and kind of play with it, you know. But that's what I have. This is a very short show, so, but I hope that, I wish you all the luck. And if you want to go further, my website is www.mmastrovibes.com. And thank you so much, Shawnee, for calling in.
Thank
really
you
nice
very
to
much.
talk to you.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for Zodiac Zone with more. A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for Sessions with Spirit with Gene Rose. Live from Facebook.com/Tarot Readings by Gene Rose. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page. Facebook.com/Psychic Radio.
It is Thursday, if you can believe it. Another week that just slipped through our fingers. And tomorrow we celebrate the morning moon, which is the full moon for November. So I'm very excited about this. Reason being is the autumn is a time for mourning. It is a time for loss. You know, we just celebrated the thinning of the veil in the beginning of the month. With that, this is a reminder that it is a time to let things go. A great ritual that you can take part of at home would be to write down things that are no longer serving you or are holding you back and burn them in a safe way, of course, okay? Preferably outside, of course, but to burn them on the full moon. That is a great way to get rid of things that are no longer serving you and holding you back. Before we jumped on, I went ahead and shuffled and I did pull a couple of cards for all of us in regards to what to expect this full moon. The first card was judgment. That card is going to refer to reaching decisions, not being wishy-washy, not going back and forth. That's going to be super important, especially when learning to move forward. You know, the things that you want to let go of, the things that are no longer serving you. The next card was the Chariot. That card is going to be all about progress. That's going to be super important, especially not only in moving forward, but when we look at the next card, that was the Six of Cups. That card is going to refer to having that childlike joy. So be mindful to have that mindset, that mentality, and to stay in the present. Okay? Yes. Guys, forgive me, I kind of am starting to lose my voice. So yes, I am sucking on a cough drop. So forgive me. Let's take our first caller. I believe we have Zena. Is that how you pronounce the name, love?
Zona?
Zona? Hello, love. How are you?
Yes. I am good. How are you?
Good, thank you. What would you like to read on tonight?
My relationship. If everything's gonna go well, it's kind of a bit rocky.
Okay, no problem. Let me start shuffling, and I'll pull a few cards, and we'll see what they say.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Love. How is the weather out by you?
It's raining.
Is it? It was freezing.
Yeah,
here
it's pretty
today.
cold and raining.
Yes. Oh my God, it was so cold here today.
And where are you guys?
I am in Ohio, but I'm from New York.
Oh, wow. I can imagine the weather out there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ohio weather is crazy. Absolutely. You also keep like your rain boots, your sandals, your umbrella, a snow shovel, all in the trunk because it all change in a day. So you never have any idea what to expect that day. Love, I went ahead and pulled a couple of cards for you, and I will say right now that I do feel as though things are, for one, being rushed a little bit, but two, also there are experiences from your past that you're allowing to dictate and kind of infiltrate into this relationship. Does that make sense? Like you're expecting the worst. You know what I mean? Waiting for the other shoe to drop. You're also expecting it not to be a success. So you're kind of waiting for him to do something wrong and just kind of sitting there on your hands and just going, yep, I know that they're going to mess up. I know it's going to happen. I know. And really what's going to end up happening is you're going to manifest exactly that. Your third card was the Star. This could be a really good connection. In fact, you did receive a lead card. A lead card is going to be a specific card that jumps from the deck as the reader is shuffling. Your lead card was the Ten of Cups. That card is actually going to indicate happiness, contentment, satisfaction, even joy. But you're not going to be able to get there until you let go of your past.
Okay. Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, we had a rough past together.
I know. And you know what? Your past experience are also dictating even that rough patch.
Yeah.
because you're
I
expecting
agree.
it to play out the same way. You know what I mean? The magician is
Yes,
a forceful card that
100%.
refers to procrastination, even distraction. It also can represent like having the wool pulled over your eyes, in the sense of you're expecting the past to repeat itself. Regardless if you guys are going through your own ups and downs, understand every relationship is going to have them. It doesn't matter. There's no perfect relationship. You know, perfection does not exist. But what we do have to learn is kind of accept the flaws that they have, and for us to forgive ourselves for enduring our past, allowing ourselves to stay, having ourselves stay, not putting our foot down, not standing up for ourselves, but also we need to nip it in the bud when we learn, or when we start to see that we have learned to expect it again.
Yeah.
You know, don't expect it to happen again. That is the biggest takeaway. I don't feel as though there's like a breakup or anything in the future. In fact, the Chariot card fell and it fell reversed. So that would be lack of like going apart. In fact, staying together. In fact, let's pull one extra card. It was the Page of Wands. Start beginning of like a new sense of passion, creativity, fortitude, resiliency. So bouncing back from that rough patch and being bigger, better, and stronger.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Oh my God,
so
that kind of gave me a
welcome.
relief.
Aw, I'm so glad I was able to give that to you.
Yeah, because I was, my mind just kind of just going and going and going, and I'm probably
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm going to be our own worst enemy. It really can. It really can. You know, it can be really difficult to sort of get ahead of that, especially when we're so used to it. Because, you know, let's face it, sometimes the chaos, that is our normal. And when you're used to living in it 24/7, when things are going smoothly, then we get that anxiety that creeps in.
Yeah, then it's like with Max, like you're up to something.
Exactly. Oh, look, I would love for you to keep in touch with me. If you want to follow me on Facebook, you can follow me.
Yes,
you can
yes.
follow me at Tarot
Please,
Readings
give me 1 second.
Definitely.
Oh my God.
You know, but that would be absolutely wonderful.
Alrighty.
Maybe get a more in-depth reading in the future.
I would love that. Okay, what is your Facebook?
Tarot Readings by Gmos.
Reading. I'm sorry, by what?
Gmos, Jean space ROSE.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I will follow you right now.
Thank you, love. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Happy holidays, and you made my night.
Oh, you too. You have a wonderful night.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, guys. Up next, that was a wonderful reading. Up next, I believe we have Terry.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. What are we reading on tonight?
Excuse me?
What would you like to be read on tonight?
Is this like a psychic or a medium?
It could be either.
I would love to connect with my son.
Your son?
Yeah.
Oh, love. Okay. I'm just going to grab a notebook because I do a lot of automatic writing. Honey, how does he connect to a car?
What, honey?
How does he connect to a car?
How does he connect my part?
That what? I'm sorry.
I didn't hear you, but let me put my phone, my thing up. Sorry. Go ahead, honey. What did you say?
I said, how does he connect to a vehicle?
How does he connect to a vehicle? His car, love his car. Love this car.
My deepest condolences. My deepest condolences. I can only imagine, love. I know it doesn't make it easier, but hopefully I can give you some sense of peace.
Yeah, I'm here for it. Thank you.
Now, I want to know, what do you have of his?
Well, honey,
What do you have of his?
I
What
have his
possession?
sneakers. I
Okay.
have his sneakers and the clothes, his keys to his car, his first car,
Do you have a watch?
his keys to his first car,
Okay.
his sneakers, um,
Where's his
not
watch?
much. I mean, he never wore a watch.
But he had one. He might not have worn it, but he had one.
Okay, I don't know what his watch is.
Did he use his phone as a watch?
Nope.
Then what's the connection to his phone?
To his friend.
His phone?
You got a connection to his friend, you said?
No, his phone? His cell phone?
Yeah.
Love, he wants you to know that he hears you talking to him. Sorry, did you hear me?
Yes, I did. Thank you. He hears me
Oh, love,
talking to him.
you're very, no worries. He hears you talking. You do it a lot at night, too.
Yeah.
Because you have a lot of trouble sleeping, especially since he passed. But he hears you. He thanks you for what? What, love?
He thanks me for what?
I'm sorry, I can't understand you.
No, he thanks me for what?
Oh, for what you did at his service.
Oh.
That was very important to him.
Oh.
And the fact that you knew that and you did it, that meant the world to him.
Mm.
He shows me white roses, which are going to symbolize him being at peace. Did you have a question over that?
Question for him?
Yeah, like, did you wonder if he was at peace or not?
I really want to know who this girlfriend. She died a year later, 2 years later.
Did you look at the girlfriend like a daughter?
Yes.
They're together.
Oh my God.
He
Wow.
crossed her over.
God.
Just so you know, he crossed
thank
her over.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, love.
I got it. Any signs that I could be looking for?
They were soulmates. Or they are soulmates. I shouldn't say were. They still
Yeah,
are.
I was going to say, yeah.
They are soulmates. They are deeply connected. Yeah. Deeply connected.
Wow.
No, he met her. She wasn't, I don't know if there was some fear that she was alone when she passed, but she wasn't. He was with her.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He shows me him kneeling on the ground, holding her hand.
He was kneeling on the ground holding her hand?
Yeah.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh,
Terry, I'm so sorry for your losses.
you've helped me a lot. Thank you.
You know?
I just want to know I love them.
Oh, honey, they both know that. She even chimes in and she says that she knows that you love her.
Yeah.
They both know that. They both do. There's no question in that. There never was.
Oh, thank you. You made my night. Sweet.
Terry, I think it's safe to say that you just made mine.
Oh, thank you, ma'am, so much. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Your time and energy. All you do for everybody that you help.
This is why I do what I do, Terry.
If I had the ability, I would too. Thank you so much.
You are so Terry, will you do me a huge favor?
Sure.
Will you follow me on Facebook?
Sure.
And the reason why is because I want you to keep in touch with me.
Okay.
You promise?
I'll do that. I'll do that right now. Go to your book. Okay.
All right?
Yes. Thank you
and that
so,
way I
so
can
much.
check up on you every now and then, okay?
Oh, thank you, honey, very much. I appreciate that.
You're very welcome, love.
You have a great evening. God bless you.
Oh, honey, you too, love. This was definitely not just my pleasure, but my honor.
Oh, thank you, honey. I will sleep tonight. Thank you.
I'm so glad. Good night. God bless you.
Good night, honey. God bless you.
That was absolutely amazing, guys. Oh, my goodness. That was amazing. To be able to do readings like that. Yeah. It's why I do what I do. It is. Tomorrow with the full moon, I want everybody to really sit and think about things that you need to let go of. What's holding you back? Is it emotions? Is it experiences? Is it something that happened? Doesn't matter what it is. But if it's holding you back, I want you to perform. And you don't even have to refer to it as a ritual. But do this ceremony of release. Give yourself that gift and then take a bath. Baths are very cleansing. Water is cleansing. Water purifies us, you know? Water is how you can remove all that negative and stagnant energy off of you. I take a bath every night. And that's how I wash all the energy off from all the readings I've done that day. That's very important to me and my self-care. And that's something that I would definitely encourage you all to start instituting. Out with the old and with the new. Okay, so you're making room. And by getting rid of all these negative things now, make room for positive ways to ground yourself. I always tell my students self-care. One of the ways I do self-care is I do my makeup. I do a get ready with me almost every morning on TikTok. And I love it. It's a way for me to perform self-care, but it's also a way for me to sit and chat and talk with my Stiggies and catch up with them and hang out with them before we start doing readings. but it's that time I'm taking for me. So make sure you all do that this weekend. Make a list of things that are no longer serving you. Make a list of habits that you want to break. Make a list of things that you do that you don't like and that you wish to either let go of or change about yourself. Say you have a quick temper. You want to release anger. And then to destroy its influence, we burn things. Just make sure you do it in a safe way, please. Okay? I don't want to get any letters that somebody burned their house down. God has forbid, knock on wood. Okay? I'm just saying. But that's a great way to destroy its influence, is to burn it. You can also, of course, if you don't feel comfortable dealing with fire, rip it up. Shred it, cut it up. Take a hole puncher to it, make confetti. Okay? Whatever it is. But destroy it in some way, shape, or form. That's destroying its influence. That's how you can move forward. I think especially with the holidays coming up, we know we have Thanksgiving here in the States in a couple of weeks. And then next month is Christmas. I think we need to start setting ourselves up in that more positive space and really be in a space to give and be in a space of gratitude. And that way we can truly enjoy the holiday season and not worry about this or that or this trivial stuff. Tomorrow's moon is called the morning moon. And I can't help but think of one of my very, very dear friends, Ada. Ada, I dedicate this show to you. I know you're going through a very tough time with your mom and her loss. And I think it's only fitting with tomorrow's moon being the morning moon that tonight's episode goes out to you. So just know I roar you. And everything's going to be okay. And I say that to all of you that are missing your loved ones these holidays. I know it's not easy. I've experienced it myself. But I want you all to know that it's going to be okay. And it does get easier with time. That is not a lie. But still stay present. Don't get so lost in your grief that you miss out on those little blessings that you're given today. Okay? Now that Ada's probably in tears, Ada, I roar you. Guys, I thank you all for joining me this evening. Don't forget, you can find me on Facebook at Tarot Readings by Ginos. I do offer private sessions, whether they be for mediumship or tarot. I thank you all for joining me tonight. Don't forget to do the ceremony of release tomorrow. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care of each other, but more importantly, take care of yourself. I'll see you guys soon.
readings by Suzanne at gmail.com. Suzanne Marie. Check her event page for specials.
In the silence of my soul, visions clear and spirits cold, I embrace my sacred role, standing firm where others fall. Whispers from another plane guide me through the unseen art. In my heart they remain, filling every broken part. I rise, embraced by the unknown, on paths of light that I alone have flown. Gifts revealed in every tone. In this mystic space I've grown. Each message is a stepping stone. My spirit straight fully shown. In every bone I own my throne. Psychic medium, fully grown. I ride my throne. A psychic medium, fully grown. I rise, embraced by the unknown, on paths of light that I alone have flown. Gifts revealed in every tone. In this mystic space I've grown. Sweet clarity, sweet clarity. With every reading, my power affirmed beyond the veil where fates turn. I stand a guide between the worlds. With every reading, my power affirmed beyond the veil where fates turn. I stand a guide between the worlds in clarity. My wings unfurl, sweet clarity, 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 sweet clarity.
Hello, and welcome to my show. This is Deb Williams. I'm joining you from the sunny Gold Coast of Australia. I'm so excited to be here. This is my first show, my first time here on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. So today, I thought that we would take it a little bit slow. I would tell you a little bit about myself so you know who you'll be working with if you come onto the show with me. And we'll take a caller. But first, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. So if I don't sound like the typical Australian accent, it's because I don't have an Australian accent. I was raised in sunny California, and it was a wonderful, wonderful lifestyle. When I grew up, I was in San Jose, which then became Silicon Valley. And I moved down to Southern California, where I was very lucky to work in IT, and I decided to start manifesting. So working with a lovely lady by the name of Louise Hay, I wanted to manifest the right relationship. And lo and behold, within 6 months of working on it, a man came all the way across the world from New Zealand, and it really was like love at first sight. And that was 34 years ago, and we're still together. So, from California, headed over to New Zealand, and we raised a family, 3 boys, now all grown, and then I decided, look, New Zealand is beautiful, but oh my goodness, a little bit wet and a little bit cold.
And so we thought when the children were grown, we would all head over to Australia. And here we are. So coming to you from Australia, originally from California, I'm Deb. I'm going to take a caller in just a moment. And after the caller, I am going to tell you a little bit about what I can offer, how I can help you, and what's coming up later this month. So we have Angela in New York City ready to come through. Are you there, Angela?
Hi, yes, I am. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm good.
You're good. Okay. So, as they may have told you, I'm a psychic and a medium, which means I can talk to you about your life and your future, or I can talk to one of your past loved ones. So, do you know what it is you're looking for today?
Yeah. I want to see if you can connect with my past love animal, if you can connect to animals.
I can. Okay, so bear with me. I just want to get them a little bit closer. So I've got three coming forward, so I'm trying to separate them. So cat, dog, is that right?
Well, I mean, the main one that passed that I'm trying to connect is the cat.
Right, because I had the cat come in first, but then I had a dog, and then funnily enough, I heard the word bunny. So have you ever had a rabbit?
Yeah, I had like a black rabbit like 20 years ago or something.
Because they're all piled in. They're all here to see you, Angela. So let me focus on your kitty cat. Bear with me. So this is a very magical cat. Yes?
Yeah.
Because they showed me like a black cat, which may or may not, the cat may or may not have been black, but that represents to me that this kitty was very magical. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I guess she could. I mean, she's not black, but I guess she was magical.
Yeah. It's just that's their sign to me that we have a mystical, magical kitty who is more than just a cat to you. It's like when somebody, it's their familiar. It's their one of their best friends, if you will.
Yeah. She passed last week, so it's very recent, and it's still it hurts very much.
Yeah. She, so feminine, very, how would you say this? I want to say loving because I feel her just like, you know, when they rub on your legs, when they just want to cuddle. That's what she's doing. So she really wants to cuddle up with you.
Yeah.
She's showing me that she was a pretty girl, but I feel like she had quite a beautiful full face. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, she was 2 years old, and I didn't get the last part you said.
Okay. It was just that I felt that she had quite a round, beautiful face.
Oh yeah, she was. She was beautiful, beautiful cat.
Did she have like green eyes?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, yeah, when she was like a little, like 4 weeks old, they were like bluish green. Yeah.
Yeah, because I could just see these little eyes looking up at me. All right, so just trying to see if there's anything that.
Was she? Scaredy cat. So.
I was going to say, was she the runt? Was she the tiny one? Because she makes me feel like she was frightened, like with brothers, and she just makes me feel a little skittish.
Yeah. I mean, she was young. She was only 2 years old, so it doesn't make any sense to me why and how she passed.
Okay, let me see if I can get her to give me a feeling for what was going on for her. It's a very strange feeling. So, did you just find her like laying on her right side?
She was vomiting a lot and like all day. So I brought her to animal hospital. They did blood work, test, X-ray, Everything was normal. They said maybe she ate something. They said do an ultrasound. So I brought her home, and she was still continuing to throw up, not eating. Then I brought her to the animal hospital, and I guess her blood levels got bad, I guess, from not eating so much for like 3 days.
Yeah.
And the ultrasound didn't really show there was anything, but they were planning on doing surgical exploratory, like, to explore maybe something up there. I don't know.
That's what it feels like. You know those foxtails? You know those little things that are in the long grass that if you get one that's like a burr or a foxtail where it goes in but it won't come out. It didn't feel like it got to her stomach. It felt like it was like in her little esophagus, like she just was trying to choke something up. So that's what it feels like. There was something that she would have eaten that caught. And the only thing I can explain, because that was the first thing I got when you said that, because it was like something coming up from her stomach, but it wouldn't come up. And then I feel like she was on her right side. That's all she is bringing me is this funny feeling like you want to pull something out, but then she's on her right side. I mean, she said she doesn't know. She doesn't know either what she just said the words, I don't know what I did wrong. Like, I don't know what I ate that made me feel that way. Because I don't. Did you have house plants?
Yeah, I do.
Did you ever notice her nibbling on one? Do you have anything with like a round green leaf? Like not a normal green leaf, but like a rounded green leaf?
Yeah, I have a lot, but I bought her like cat grass and catnip, so she would just chew on those things. So it's like the plants, she stopped the plant. But I'm gonna get heart failure. Like, I guess she got heart failure after an hospital overnight.
Yeah, system overload. She just was, it's just trauma. It's just the stress. Let's see what she wants to say, what her messages are to you. I feel like she had a lot of fun with you. She's showing me that you weren't just a friend, but there was a lot of fun in the household. Real lively for her. A lot to play with. She got a lot of love. And so she gives me heartache herself. She gives me a little bit of heartache, but that heartache is for you. That is like her heart hurts because she sees you, because they still see us when they pass. It's like peering through a curtain for them. They can have a look at us, and she doesn't want you to hurt anymore because she feels like it actually physically feels like it presses in on you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. But I just like, was it even her time, like, to go? I mean, I didn't want to put her down, but that was pressuring me.
It was her time, as far as she could not clear whatever this was, and it had to be meant to be, because the way she's saying is, I don't know what I ate that did this. So only thing I saw was that you had some really gorgeous plants with green leaves, and I wondered if she had a nibble, but that doesn't explain the burr. That does not explain the burr type of sticky type thing that I could feel in her throat. So she doesn't know how she did it, but it must have been her time. She's not. She's more upset for you than she is for herself, because she's well and good over there. She is still very playful, still having a wonderful time. Now, have you got a grandfather in spirit from your mother's side?
Yeah, I do.
Because she's with him.
Oh, that's good. No.
Yeah, she's just saying, she's got people over there. She's fine. You did the right thing. You did everything for her. And she had a wonderful life with you. And she'll just be waiting. You know, they just wait for us. It doesn't matter if it takes us 60 years to get over there. They will always greet us when we arrive. And she's with your family, so she's fine. And I think what bothers her most is how much you're fretting, how much it's hurting your heart and pressing in on you. And she's saying, just imagine her tearing around, like sliding on wood floors over there. She's having a wonderful time.
Yeah, that's all she wanted to do was play. And yeah, she did have a lot of voice. But I just feel like if she had any conditions that I didn't know, like any condition she was born with that I probably should have known about.
No, not that you would have known about. If anything, like I said, it feels more like esophagus where it meets with the stomach. It feels like there was something she was trying to bring up. So if she had, I know it happens I'm not a medically trained person, so obviously I can't tell you for sure, but I know that sometimes we get folds in our own esophagus, which makes things difficult to go down or to come up. And it just feels like there was something there between the esophagus and the stomach. She's not sure what she ate. It's like sometimes an animal will tell you, I ate such and such, and you'll see evidence of it. But she's not sure. And she says,
was she in pain?
She was uncomfortable because you know what it's like yourself when you have a cough and you want to bring something up. So you knew she was in distress, but she wasn't in pain. It was just the distress of, gosh darn it, I can't get this thing out. Whatever this is, I can't get it out. So she feels for you because it wasn't as traumatic for her as you might have thought. And for her now, it's over. It's done. She's playing. She's having a great time. But she worries for you. So know that if you talk to her, she will hear you. And know that she is literally there visiting. So you might feel her jumping up on the bed or jumping up. Did you have a gray couch?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, because it's like jumping up on a gray couch. And she's saying she's always going to come back and visit with you. And she hears you when you talk to her. So please, don't fret for her. She is okay, and she is with family.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Angela. I hope that brought you some comfort. Just know that our animals are always there waiting. They hear us when we speak to them, and they do come for little visits sometimes. You might feel the pitter-patter of tiny feet jumping up on the couch, wherever she liked to sleep. So thank you so much. You've been my first caller, and I've really enjoyed talking to you, and I hope that your heart rests easier.
Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela. Bye-bye now. All right, I just wanted to take some time to talk to you all about the other side. When we do mediumship, it's always interesting what people's thoughts are on what will be happening for their loved one on the other side. And they always are okay. They find each other, they find their friends, and our pets end up going to the people that we loved as well. Now, it's quite interesting because sometimes maybe her grandfather wasn't a pet person on this side, but when they go to the other side, they're always more loving and more caring. And I know I ran into somebody last week who I did a reading for, and they had their animals in spirit with a family member who hadn't really been a pet person. But I was able to describe them to a T, and they were absolutely happy that their pets were fine. I'm just a little message. Today, and I wanted to talk to you about a few other things. So, I thought we'd take the opportunity today to get to know one another. And as I mentioned, I'm over here in Australia. I've been here since about 2008. I still get home frequently back to the US. But I wanted to tell you, I not only am a psychic medium, but I founded and established Spirit Quest School, which is an international online school for people like yourself to learn how to do this. I always say that if you are interested in this type of thing, if you're tuned in, if you're listening, and this is the type of thing that fascinates you, you might watch the television shows and watch the celebrities who do this. You might read about it, spend time on YouTube, TikTok, etc. If this fascinates you, it is a calling. It's a calling for you. Anyone can learn it. Anyone who's interested, that is. It's like learning a musical instrument. So if you really, really wanted to learn the drums and you took the time to work with somebody on how to learn it, or even watched it on YouTube, got the right equipment, and practiced, you could learn. And so my story is about thinking that I wasn't a psychic medium, but wanting to be so much. As a child, I could do really interesting things, such as, I remember we would go to get in the car, and this was in the day before the internet. We would go to get in the car, and I was 4 or 5 years old, and I would stop and I would tell my mother what song would be on the radio, because I'm a real music fan as well. And she was just shocked almost every time. And for a while, she was excited about that. And she was like, I don't know how you do that. And then she was like, shh, don't tell the neighbors, don't tell anyone you can do this, because she didn't know what to do about it. When I was 6 years old, a family friend passed. And it was a woman who unfortunately had dementia. She knew my grandmother. And she'd gotten, sometimes people with dementia can get quite grumpy. Their personality changes. And her personality had changed quite a bit. And it was frightening for me. And when she passed, she came to visit me. And I remember it as clear as day. And that's the difference between a visitation and a dream. You never forget it. It's like they're really there. So it was a little bit of a frightening experience for me. It was the first one, and I knew that she'd been very unwell and a little bit scary at times. So it wasn't the best visitation. But these things happened all through my life. And I still believed, because I couldn't make it happen on cue, like when I wanted to, that I wasn't a psychic medium, and I was fascinated with it. I did my first tarot reading at 18, and it came true the next day, and I'll tell you more about that another time. And I found my first teacher because I'd been hanging out in cafes and libraries, getting books on this type of thing, trying to learn about it. And I found my first teacher at a local, I guess you call them college over in the US. We call them universities over here, who taught meditation and how to connect with spirit guides, angels, etc., and do a little bit of internal body scans, meditation. And it was fantastic. And I said to Spirit, if you will bring me the teachers, I promise I will share everything I learn. I won't hold back and keep any secrets just for myself. And so I was fortunate enough that there was a 20-year gap in between teachers, and then I had a couple of very good teachers. So that's what prompted me after I cut my teeth in the industry, began to be of service to people giving these readings. I did what I promised Spirit. I fulfilled the promise for Open Spirit Quest School. So, what do we offer? I teach from beginning psychic skills to advanced psychic skills, beginning mediumship skills to advanced mediumship skills. I teach the Akashic or Akashic records, depending on how you pronounce it, which is reading people's records of their past lives as well. And I'm also a Reiki master, so I teach Reiki 1, 2, 3, and 4, and teach others to step into their spiritual gifts. I do courses like Angel Encounters. There's so many different courses available. Now, each week we're going to choose a different topic, and I'll teach you. You don't have to come to school. I'll teach you some tips and tricks online. I just wanted to introduce myself today, allow you to get familiar with me and know what I could bring and what I could offer, so that if you do call into the show, if you there is something that you want to know, whether it's about a past life, whether it's about an animal or a person who has crossed over to the other side, whether you're wanting to know something about your future or your present, you're stuck at a crossroads, I can help you. And also, we'll spend the second half of the show teaching tips, tricks, techniques, and letting you know about upcoming classes, online circles, because that's a very casual way to learn and very inexpensive way to learn as well. So each week, a little something different. I'm hoping that together we're going to have a great time. I'm so looking forward to meeting more of you, working with you, providing whatever services that I can provide for you. And I'm hoping that you'll cruise over, have a look at the websites. Now, I'm in the process of updating them to show you a conversion rate so that you can understand that you're not paying what we pay over here in Australia. You save yourself about 40% off of those prices. So I'm in the process of getting that all updated and getting the new course date set with times that are more suitable and convenient to North America. So I hope that you've enjoyed today meeting me, and I look forward so much to working with you in the future. And again, you can find me at www.deb.bullions, as in gold bullions, that's bullions.com.au, or www.spiritwestschool.org. That's O-R-G. So again, it has been absolutely lovely to meet you all today. I thank you so much. Getting my first reading under my belt, working with a beautiful kitty for our caller Angela in New York, was just an honor and a pleasure. And I hope to be able to read for you very soon too. So thank you. And from sunny Australia, we'll see you next week.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network. And watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for the Howie Elise Show with Howie Elise. Howie Elise. Live from HowieElise.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is the Howie Elise Show on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. As always, I am delighted and excited to be here with you. We have a full moon just around the corner here. I'm not even sure. I have to take a look at the sky, but I believe it's either this evening or tomorrow. You're familiar with the idea that the full moon energies are felt 3 days before, as well as on the actual full moon. You like that? Oh, the sensation. Full moon, not full moon. Seriously, the full moon's energies are felt 3 days before on the day itself, as well as 3 days after. I've mentioned this before, however, if you've forgotten, it is a great opportunity, a great time for you to put your energies forth to create things filled with abundance, to go forth energy or love. Now, there's a little debate over new moon versus full moon. However, there are certain rituals that are done on the new moon and certain on the full moon. It's simply a matter of what your intention is and what you'd like to accomplish. You can always Google, believe it or not, whatever the ceremony or the ritual is that you'd like to do, and just say, hey, Google, can I do this on full moon or new moon? And you'll get your information. For me, typically, new moon is about new beginnings. New moon is about things such as getting your hair cut. Now, that sounds funny, but seriously, it's advised not to get your hair cut on full moon, but new moon or new beginnings. How fun is that? Something to think about. I see we have Melissa from Pittsburgh, PA calling in. Hello, Pittsburgh. I have a friend there. How are you, Melissa?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. Are you a little chilled in PA? I've been traveling a little and found that the northern states right now are definitely a little chillier than Florida. And Florida is getting or expecting a cold breeze coming through soon as well.
Yeah, it's a little colder right now. It's like, well, I mean, it's like in the lower 30s at nighttime. So it's cold. It's rainy all day today.
And it's that most cold that gets your bones.
Yeah, I don't like the cold. I think the heater on all night long.
See, I like the cold, and when I had a home up north, I would have the air open when it was 20, 30 degrees out with the heater on. Because there's something.
Yeah, I don't like the cold at all.
Did you have a specific question you wanted to address this evening?
I was trying to see if I was able to maybe connect with my dad. I don't know if I was able to do that at all.
Okay, so just to clarify, I'm not specifically a medium. I work with your audience clairvoyance, clairsentience, bit of telepathy, and occasionally I do hear from the other side, but it's usually more in terms of a feeling or a sensation or a message. Different from friends who are mediums who say, oh, I see Grandpa there and he's wearing a nice gray chapeau. So as long as you're aware of that, I will do my best to connect. Let me see if there's anything specific that comes in.
Okay.
The only thing that popped in immediately, and it's interesting, more of a shape, believe it or not. Okay, let me try to put this into words. There's a term here that is eluding me, but it feels almost as if it has to do with someone who would have been associated with the water in some capacity. So my mind goes to either a boater or somebody who was dealing with Marines, or even perhaps helping children with puzzles that had to do with something with water. Does any of this make sense to you?
Not, you said with water?
Not water as in swimming pool, but ocean, fishing, boating, connection with water for service. So I'm wondering who it is I'm sensing if it's not your dad. And I keep seeing shapes in my mind's eye. So there's like a half circle, the flat part on top, and it's a green. And then I see half circles that are hollow, a yellow, a white, and I'm trying to explain this, and all I'm seeing is shape. So the best way that I can articulate what I'm seeing is if this feeling, sensation is not connected to your dad, it's probably connected to someone else in the family, perhaps a generation or two earlier than your father. So that could be like
because I'm not really sure. It doesn't. Yeah, I was thinking.
I'm just trying to explain what I'm seeing here. The best way that I can articulate this is to say it's almost as if there's puzzle pieces in my head, which I know sounds very abstract. I will simply say that when we're off the phone, contemplate a little bit as far as what those images might have meant to either your dad or, again, going one or two generations back. If you have any pictures that are older, from like great-grandparents' time, if not, perhaps there's somebody that you could check with. I would even say...
And my mom, she has a lot of pictures of, my dad and stuff. Because he's been gone for 2 years now. She has a lot of his pictures.
So this would not be of late, meaning this would not have been right before he left us, but this would have been earlier on that this keeps coming into play.
She has a lot of his older pictures, even of them and stuff. When they were younger, and
she would probably be the best one to ask about. What I keep seeing again, the shape is like a half moon, a half circle, like rings. Again, I'm getting like green, yellow, and white specifically. So when you have a moment, check with her on that. And because I just got chills. Usually chills for me means major confirmation, like chill up my back, my hair standing on end. There's something to this, but I'm not getting a specific message, let's say, from your dad to you.
I'm wearing moon stars on my nightgown.
Wait, say that one more time.
I said I'm wearing stars and moons on my nightgown right now.
Sorry, nightgown. Well, there's some those are double shapes. Colors I'm getting. Not feeling like that's what you're doing.
No, I know that was funny. When I looked down, I was like, "That's what I'm wearing on my nightgown."
Well, it could be then just confirmation that you are being seen. And I know that sounds very abstract, and I apologize. Sometimes I get very, very specifics, and other times it is a little bit abstract. But as I said, I would check with your mom about the colors that I shared and the idea of shapes, as specifically like half moon with flat end on top, curve underneath, and half circles or half rings, even goodness, a quarter circle, a half circle, a third. I just keep seeing rings of color. Sorry, I wish I could give you more than that in respect to your dad. The only thing that I get with dad specifically is right side some discomfort when he was here. Just like almost a heaviness connected to him before he left this world, specifically on the right side. So really everything that I keep coming back to is male energy, more than one generation. Again, check with your mom, honey, because I keep feeling like there is something there. And when she's able to say, oh, well, that means that's where it's connected to, it's simply confirmation that your dad acknowledges you.
Okay.
And subject for just 1 minute. take care of your voice, your throat. I get very sensitive to irritation as far as throat, as far as communication, overall throat, neck. I'm going to just say that whole area of sensitivity. So be mindful of doing your best to communicate when you're supposed to. So in other words, don't hold back when you're supposed to say something. Don't think, oh, but I shouldn't because. No, allow yourself to speak. It feels as if it's very important. All right, my friend?
Okay. Yes.
Thank you so much for calling. Take good care.
All right. Thank you. Have a good night. Okay. Bye.
Now, I believe there was Melissa waiting on the line. Is that correct? Yeah, I'm so sorry. Hi, Maria. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Cool weather, so I'm a happy camper. Did you have a specific question that you wanted to address this evening?
More of my, if you see anything in my future that's coming up, I don't know, maybe finances or love, or because I just saw you before, but I know
when you started to say the word future, I heard 3 months, which means you have to have a little patience. So it feels like in respect to finances, you were going to start seeing a change within 3 months. And I say within, meaning it could be as soon as tomorrow. Unlikely that it's that fast, but it could be. It's within this period of time. So we're in November, December, January, February. Figure between now and end of February, you should see a nice little shift as far as your finances. But with that, I will say, I get the sense that you have to be more mindful with how you are managing them. So when the money starts to come in, don't go, yay, I'm doing a happy dance, I'm going out and partying. Instead, take a small percent for yourself to enjoy, but put the rest where it needs to go for now. So the idea is to kind of like support yourself, if you will, reward yourself for the money coming in. You know, the idea is pay yourself first, but think small percent, at least for now. And this would be when it comes in between now and February. And then I would say by the time September, October rolls around in 2025, then you can start taking more money for yourself. I feel like you'll be in the position that you can play a little bit more at that point. If you want to do a little traveling, it will be much easier to do. So for instance, if there's a trip out of the country, saying, oh, I really want to do it, but it'll be, oh, I have the deposit. I can go ahead and put this down. I can start doing these things. But I'm going to backtrack to what I said a moment ago, which is be mindful initially when money starts to come in a little better, that you don't go hog wild right away. Take a small percent, knowing that by the time September, October rolls around, you can take more for yourself. That said,
yeah, because I do work for myself right now. So it's funny that you say that, pay myself a little bit. So I've been self-employed for quite some time now, and it's starting to get better. But I wanted to see if it was going to get, a little bit more better.
It's going to continue to get better and better. And a big part of this is your creativity. Don't try to stifle that, because I get the sense that there are some folks around you that are kind of like, well, you should be more practical. Well, you should have more structure. No, your creativity serves you in so many ways. You don't want to say, oh, well, maybe I need to start doing things totally different. No, the only thing that you need to really be mindful of is taking that percent for yourself, and then taking a look at what is, all kidding aside, necessities, but in order. And when I say that, what I'm referring to is, let's say rent and electric would be necessities that you have to take care of first, where buying groceries, well, you can splurge a little. You could get that ice cream, or you could get that pasta, or whatever that extra was. But it wouldn't be at the top of the list. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes, I am. I am following. Yeah, because I want to go on vacation, but I know it's not something that, I can probably afford to do right now. But I'm just hesitating right now because there's other stuff, there's bills that need to be paid and all that. So I feel it's coming, but at the same time, I guess I kind of want recognition that maybe I'm not wrong and it is there around the corner.
not wrong. And again, between now and February, it's going to start to shift for you. So keep in mind, that's not the moment to take off and spend. Continue to take small percentages until September, October rolls around. And again, I'm going to reiterate, that's going to be the time where you can go, yay, I can start doing these things that I want to do. In the interim, I feel like there is additional idea to work with that you've had on the back burner. Start working with it. Stop leaving it on the back burner. It goes back to your being creative. It goes back to you allowing yourself to think more expansively. Because right now, and I'm going to go all the way back to 2023, I feel like there's been this inner debate as to how you should handle things and what's the best, we'll say, format. Be okay with being abstract. You don't have to fit neatly in a box. And other things that you've contemplated doing, it's okay to start doing those slowly. I'm not suggesting you take your mainstay and say, put it on the side. I'm simply saying, add to it. Start thinking about those other things. You have one in particular, though, that I feel like has been back here that you've been like, well, it's not the right time. Well, maybe I shouldn't. It is actually the right time. And I will say again, between now and February, and go as far as from now to April, that's going to be a real creative cycle, or is a real creative cycle for you, where you can expand in a lot of different directions. The other thing here is stop telling immediate family and friends what you do. Not that you should keep things a secret. However, they're not giving you the level of support that you need. Instead, think in terms of going online and finding people that are like-minded, whether that's Facebook or LinkedIn, or it's a meetup. But give yourself the opportunity to start sharing what you do with people that are going to go, wow, thank you. Oh, that's great. I'm glad you're sharing. Versus, oh, that's nice, honey. Maybe you'll get there.
Yeah, I agree. And what about one last question? What about, because I mentioned it a little bit before, what about, like, what did you see for me in love, like in a relationship, or because I've been, going back and forth. So I'm just wondering if I'll finally, get there.
The thing with this is you've had somebody in your heart for a long time. And I really want to say that if you wait 5 more minutes, everything's going to go ta-da. Unfortunately, that's not what I'm feeling. I feel like if you keep waiting, you keep having more of the same. It's almost like playing tennis. You hit the ball, you hit the ball, you hit the ball. You keep going back and forth until somebody drops the ball. There is genuine feeling there. There is a sweetness there. What's not there on the other side is commitment at the level that you need it. And I feel like as you start to grow with your business, it really feels so strong that your attention should be more on not just what your needs are as far as physically, financially, but physically and emotionally. That this individual, lovely person, just not stepping up to the plate in the way that you need them to, hon. And I feel like, oh goodness, you're going to have to make a decision here about if you want to come first or not. Because my heart says if you get clear with that, then by the end of this year, you say thank you to this person. I'll always care about you. However, I'm moving forward. And then you open the door for someone else to come in who is ready to be with you on the same level at the same time. Because if it keeps feeling like you've just been doing this dance with this individual for a while, and it seems like, oh, yay, and then all of a sudden it's not. 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. Would you say that's accurate? Did I lose you? Okay.
No,
Okay.
no, I'm here. It's pretty accurate what you're saying.
Okay. Bottom line, I know you want to be happy. I know you want your heart to be joyful. I know you want to have that loving long-term relationship. It's just difficult for this individual to give you what you want.
Right.
Just be clear. I'm not saying you have to do what I'm telling you to do. I am just simply saying have the awareness to see truth for yourself. And if you can do that, then again, by the end of the year, it feels as if you're able to look and say, okay, I'm going to take the leap. I'm going to make a change. If you do that, then 2025 is the year that you have what you want for longevity, though it's with someone else coming in.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Just so you know, the other person's name has an S in it, so it's got that sound. I get a whole bunch of names. I'm going to say it starts with the S sound. And funny enough, as I say that, I also see the letter C. So for instance, in French, the C sometimes sounds like an S. So for instance, tuna, I think is called niswa, is a COIS, but it's that schwa sound. That sounds like the S. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Trying to explain this so this makes sense. Just remember S sound. I think that might be the easiest way to say this. Their name is connected to the S sound. And that means it either is at the beginning of their name or it is so pronounced in their name, you will remember it as soon as you hear it.
So I didn't hear you very well at the beginning. Are you talking about what's coming in the future or what's going on now with the name?
No, what's coming into the future if you allow yourself to make a change by the end of the year with what's going on now.
Okay, so that's, you're kind of seeing like I'll have to obviously listen back to the video because like I said, that I'm on the phone, it's a little bit not quite clear, but so I understood you said the S, and it's bizarre because I am French as well. So so okay, so that's what you see for 2025 probably with that singing.
It comes down to you being able to make that jump, being able to make that change. I never feel like it's my place to say you absolutely have to do something. Ultimately, it's up to you. So I see that if you do make a change, you do have this other individual coming in for you.
Okay. Yeah. So at the end of the day, of course, like anything, it's basically our choice to make. But you do see, like, to say, if I do decide to make that choice, you can kind of see like someone with an S, I believe that's what you said.
Exactly. And I will say one other thing, if you can, get a hold of a stone that has some ruby in it.
Okay.
Or a ruby stone itself. It doesn't have to be huge, but wear it either in your pocket, in your pocketbook, on a necklace, but keep a ruby stone around you. It will enhance your ability to connect with this love.
Okay. Is this supposed to be someone I already kind of know and he's not in the picture yet, or it's going to be someone completely new for me?
Someone new. If you, again, make a change with the person that's around you, then it opens the door for this other person to come in. And again, there is that feeling of new beginnings connected to them.
Okay. Okay. It's, I think I needed to hear something. So, so you're pretty much dead on that. So thank you so much, Haley.
You're very welcome. Just take good care of yourself. And one more really quick thing, take care of your stomach. Be nicer to it.
Pardon? Take care of what? I'm sorry?
Your stomach. I get a lot of sensitivity with your stomach. So that has to do with sense of self balance, but it also has to do with your diet right now.
Yeah, you want me to take care of my stomach? Is that what you said?
ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm working hard on that. So yeah, so that as well, you're pretty much dead on that as well.
Okay. Well, you take good care. And if I don't speak to you before, enjoy the holiday season, because before we know it,
Thank you.
Thanksgiving.
You as well. Have a good Christmas and the rest of 2024. Thank you.
Take good care, hon. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
As I shared with Maria, it really comes down to you as an individual. No matter who you see, you can see a channeler, you can see a psychic, you can see a medium, whatever the spiritual entity is or whoever the person is, you ultimately get to make the decision. Really give thought to, when you hear information, how it resonates with you. It is the same thing with picking out a gemstone, for instance. If someone says, oh, that stone over there, that's going to make magic happen in your life. You should go get that. And you pick it up and you're like, ew, I don't like this. Listen to that. You always have your own intuition. You always have your own inner guidance system. We are supposed to be here to give you confirmation, to help empower you, to make sure that if you are at a loss for some reason, to help you get back on your feet. But keep in mind the word help. Our task is not to say with absolute 100% command, you should go do. At least not the way that I perceive it. The information that comes through is divine. The information that comes through has to do with connecting us on a spiritual level, connecting us and the frequencies that exist around us. And that means that every single person, every single thing around you vibrates at a certain frequency, at a certain level. If you want romance, you have to take a look at what's going on with you in this moment. Are you holding on to something from the past, whether it's anger or feeling of loss, or are you totally open to what's coming up next? The same thing with finances or really anything else. Just take a quick look. You don't have to spend a lot of time on it, and recognize what it is that you should say, you know what, let it be. I thank you for tuning in. Connect with the full moon and its energies. If you do nothing else, just meditate for a few minutes and enjoy that shift in vibration and your ability to really be stronger in who you are as a person. Thanks for tuning in. If you'd like to contact me directly for a private session, you can do so at the office, 561-755-2166. And we can talk via video or on phone or in person. Hope you have a fabulous evening, and I'll see you next week. Thanks so much.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Understanding Spirit with Mary Shapano. Mary Shapano. Live from MaryVCircles.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, Ask1Radio.com. SyncicRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Understanding Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another week of Understanding Spirit. I'm your host, Mary. I hope you're all doing really well. I'm getting a lot of messages from Spirit, and I'm being pushed by my guide to just start straight away, okay? So, as usual, I'm going to go into the 3-card pull for the collective. Take whatever resonates for you, and whatever doesn't, just leave it. It could also come up later in the day, the week, the month, the year. You know, just keep it in mind. Okay. So if you have, there's a group of 3 cards. If you've chosen to go with the first group of cards, the first card, I'm using the Rider-Waite deck today, is the Ace of Pentacles. It's this card here. Now, this is all about, you know, financial beginnings, starting new things, whether it's business or usually the Pentacles do lend themselves to finances. However, they can also be about whether you want to start a diet, a health kick, or there is something, you know, in line with your body that you want to do, something that's new that you haven't tried before or whatever. So it's all about like looking at that area and just being positive around it. And also making, it's kind of like clearing, kind of uncluttering your life as well, I'm getting. So make room for whatever new things you want to bring into your life, okay? And it's, I'm also getting like, you know, you're close to succeeding, or it won't take long to succeed. You may be tired, it might be exhausting, but just keep persisting, whatever it is you have to do. There is success around this if you are, you know, creative and you're persistent with it. Also for the collective, just watch out for anyone that might try to sabotage. So but you know, it might be deliberate, but it can also be without meaning to. You know, we can have friends that want us to go out or whatever, and they distract us. So if you need to do research or you know, anything to get yourself going, and they want to go out, you know, like make time to do what you actually need to do. All right. If you pick the second card, I've got this card, the 3 of Wands. Now, this is very much like a travel card, whether it's going on a holiday. You could be going on your own honeymoon, or you could be going to a destination, wedding, something like that, you know. But it's also about moving forward. Also, I'm getting if you've had a broken heart or something didn't quite work out, or there's also loss and grief and disappointment I'm getting as well. All right. And this is just saying it's time to move on. It's time to have belief in yourself and go after what you need to do, okay, to make things better for yourself. Okay, if you have picked the third group of cards, I got the Devil and the Strength, and they were both upside down. I hate this card. But being upside down too, you know, it's like if you have, there could be, if this is you, then if you are overindulging or you're starting to, I don't see it like a really bad addiction as yet, but if you're starting to head in that way to Spirit, I like, just know that you have the strength, you have everything you need to turn this around, okay? That you don't need to fall into some kind of, you know, like addiction or depression or anxiety. So whatever is taking you over, you have the strength. So just be courageous and just know that everything you need is within you to do this, right? You have that inner power that you need. And if it is somebody else in your life, okay, that is, I'm also getting potentially, you know, like a narcissist, or they have some narcissistic traits, to just be careful around them. Go with your intuition, go with your gut feeling about what you need to do here. Don't stay too long if this is not working out for you. Okay. All right. I have Lisa from Brisbane. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Mary. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm a little bit surprised to hear the Aussie accent on the other side. How can I help you today?
Yes, look, just wanting to know if you pick up anything in regards to our finances improving.
Okay. All right. Let me just have a look. I'll tune into you. Look, as soon as I asked about your finances, I just keep getting all these ticks, okay? I feel like you have choices and you have decisions to make, but I don't know if you've been listening to what other people have been saying, anyone's been throwing you off, at all, but I am seeing big changes and opportunities for you. I feel like you have maybe two choices, and you're kind of looking out to see which one you've got to go. I feel like your finances have been, let's say, rocky and not really good, and there's also a lot of healing that needs to be done. To move on from that, because the struggle, I feel, is really affected you. I feel also like there's anxiety and some, nervousness or fear about what to choose, and it's been maybe overwhelming, where you feel like you can't go forward, or you don't know how to go forward. But even as I'm getting all this, I keep getting interrupted by spirit, as well, saying multiple possibilities, multiple choices. Does that make sense for you, any of that so far?
Well, I haven't really had any anxiety about it, and I've also done a lot of healing about it, so I'm not sure about that part.
Okay, all right, because I do also have a spirit here. Now, this could be a grandmother or mother figure who is coming in, and I've got a lot of nausea, vomiting, anxiety and helplessness kind of around her. Do you have anyone in spirit that was like that before they passed?
Yes, I do.
Okay, all right. So I just want to be able to clear what's what with what I'm getting, okay? All right. Do you want the message from her? Because she's giving me messages around this.
If you would like, that would be great. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. All right. She's just saying you're lacking the courage right now to move forward. She's also saying do your breathing, and she's going 1, 2, 3. Do you do breathing?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, okay. So when you feel overwhelmed or you're trying to make a decision or something, she's saying for you to do that before you make a choice or before you think about something, because she's showing me everything calming down and then you're thinking more clearly. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. She's saying don't be afraid of the future. She's giving me, she's going like this, she's pushing, and she's like, everything will work out. She's like, she's pushing you to just go forward. I feel like there have been some confusion, whether there was some kind of things held from you, some kind of deceit that stopped you from making these decisions. And I'm also getting lack of direction and everything. But I do see if you just Okay, Spirit are just saying, choose what you want and go forward. Do you want me to ask Spirit about what direction to go in with this? Is there anything that you're weighing up?
No, it's just really just been a little bit hard, and I just wanted to know if it's going to get any easier.
Yeah, it is. It is. I just feel like a lot of it is that is fear-based. You know, because Spirit are not giving me anything that tells me that it's like, okay, they're saying where you just feel it's not having that self-belief that things are going to get better, okay? But once you do, I just see like whether it's like stops and starts and obstacles and stuff like that. But I keep also getting the uncertainty stopping you from like moving forward. But I'm also being shown you putting like money in your pocket. So they're like, they're giving me two ways. It's like that to save the money. Thank you. And they're also saying like a rainy day money, which is like for emergencies or anything, holidays or whatever in the future. So they're just like the rainy day money, but they're also showing me money coming in, and they're just like keep going. Are you thinking of doing like some kind of what I might call a side hustle or something on the side? Because they're making a reference to doing something like that, and also they're showing me some study as well. Are you thinking of learning how to do something or do something on the side, whether it's weekend or something? Yes?
I'm doing something. I've started a new hobby.
Okay, all right, because they're pushing with that. Can that improve your finances?
It's healing. So I deal with healing and energy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, there is another course. They're saying to me, take your time, but there is another course that will benefit what you already know. It's kind of like a step up, and it will give you a different way of looking at the healing. Do you do cards when you do healing, Lisa?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So keep working with the cards as well, okay? And I'm being shown, I don't know if you're doing this, but I'm being shown chakra cards, chakra readings, all right? And I can see
I do chakra cards.
Yeah, I'm seeing you focusing on particular chakras and pulling the energy out. I'm also getting medical mediumship. So advance on that, study and learn about that. You have the ability to do that as well, all right? Tune in to the organs. All right, start looking at that. Does that make sense for you?
Yeah, absolutely does. Yes.
Okay, all right, keep going along that. You are on the right path, keep pushing.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Love Life with Katana Star. Katana Star. Live from katanastar.au. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, ask1radio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Love Life on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone. I'm Katie. Happy Friday or happy Thursday evening, wherever you are. This is Love Life. And if you would like to contact me for a private reading, there's a link to my website just in the page there, and also my Facebook page. You can follow me on that if you'd like to get a free reading. I do them every Friday as well. So, hi, how is everyone? Hope everyone's good. I'm going to be doing a collective card for all those who are listening and watching. I'm shuffling as we speak. I was just sort of saying it's really starting to warm up down here in Tassie. It's been really nice weather. Oh, God, there goes my cards. Queen of Cups, she fell out. That's a nice one. And I might get her out as well. I'll pop her there. Yeah, so it's I think it's going to be a warm summer. Here we go. All right, collective message for everyone listening. Oh, here we go. We've got the wheel in reverse, okay? This is an interesting one. And given that the Queen of Cups has come out, I'll just elaborate a little bit on this. Now, when the wheel comes out, it normally means, you know, fate rolling along or things panning out I mean, it's a big one, so it's normally to do with life changes and things like that. When it's in reverse, it's sort of encouraging you not to leave things up to fate. It's sort of saying, well, if you're just going to leave this up to fate, it might just roll away from you and things might just sort of start dwindling away and coming beyond your control. And what it sort of asks you to do or encourages you to do very much is to take control, okay? We're all in control of our own choices and our own paths forward. And if we are leaving things up to fate, then, you know, that's how the ball can sort of start rolling away in a sense. And I mean, some people might see this as bad luck, but I think this is more to do, for me personally, reading this intuitively, I feel this is more about taking control of your own choices and, and making your life what it is that you want. Now, I've got a caller. Hi, is it Salita? Is that how I pronounce your name?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Salita. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, great. I'm great, thanks. What can I do for you? I've got my Light Seers deck with me today and my Modern Oracle deck for you today. So if you have a question for me or if you just like me to do you a general intuitive reading.
Yes, please, general, because I need to know a little bit about a little bit of everything.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to ask for some general messages for you to come through, Salita. So we'll see what comes out. The Queen of Cups flew out a minute ago too, and I didn't really start unpacking her, but she's a very intuitive, beautiful card, that one too. And this is, you know, I think I have a feeling she might have even been meant for you. There you go. Got the Four of Pentacles in reverse there. There's one coming out. And she's very much the divine feminine of the receptive energy of the element of water. So she's all about lapping up emotions and feeling content and all that sort of stuff. And also coming to a point in her life where she can provide a lot of emotional nurture and support to others. Now, I've got the feeling with the world there we go, and the Four of Pentacles in reverse, the stars there, and the Lovers in reverse. All right. So at the moment, Salita, what I'm picking up on, it's either current or recently past energy to do with the relationship, okay, because you've got the Lovers in reverse here. Which is indicating a bit of disharmony's gone on for you. Now, that could be a romantic relationship. I'm sort of getting that it is, or it can just be a friendship or a lover. Someone significant to you. It could even be a family member. So something's happened, and I feel that this is to do with money because the Four of Pentacles is in reverse, and that means that either there's been some disagreements about how money should be spent or how things should have been done, or possibly this other party may have been overspending where you haven't agreed, or vice versa, okay? So those two there, they're suggesting a bit of disharmony with relationships. There is also the World and the Star here. So this is quite beautiful in a sense too, with the World saying, okay, this, whatever's gone on here, it's come to a point of completion. Something's happened here. It could have been overspending on something or something like that that's triggered some kind of disharmony, but it has come to a point where the cycle's complete now, okay? And the Star's here, which to me is indicating healing, all right? Now that this has happened, it's done and dusted, there's healing there, there's hope there, there's also remembering all your hopes and dreams and aspirations and all that sort of stuff. And when the Star comes out, it is very much a gentle reminder to go within and remember that little inner child inside you that's always there with you, and remember her dreams and her hopes. And whatever's happened here was kind of meant to happen because, like I said, the World's here. This was meant to be a lesson for you, or the other party for that matter, but it was definitely meant to happen because it's brought something together, and it's been a cycle completed, and there's that lesson there that you've grown from with that. I'll pull you an Oracle card as well on top of that, Salida, to give you some guidance forward here. Some message for Selena. There we go. All right. So I do see peace being made here. At the moment, there's been a whole lot of obstacles and delays and disruptions thrown in your path here. That's what that card means, is the obstacles, challenges, disruptions and delays, which has maybe perhaps delayed this healing process or this peace being made. But I do see an apology here because, look, you've got the apology card saying forgive this situation, disregard it and make peace. So, I mean, if you've been hurt, it's not to say forget what they've done. It's saying to forgive it so that you can find some peace with it. Does that make sense? And it's saying that will happen. I don't know if you can see the screen, but there's a beautiful little teddy bear with a sign saying sorry, and it's just gorgeous. And something's happened though, and I'm being drawn back to the Four of Pentacles in reverse. It's to do with something financial, I think. Now, I'm not sure where you are in the world, but this is all quite recent stuff I'm getting because the timing on the disruption and delays card is actually winter. So, yeah, I might ask just for one more little bit of guidance for you there, Salida, because you did mention you've got a lot going on. This one wants to come out. Okay, there's stagnation with something, one step forward, two steps back. So there's either, to me, even though that cycle's come together with the World being in completion, something there, if someone's feeling held back, that they can't progress, that they can't move forward with this. And the way to do that, again, is coming back to this, making peace with the situation, okay? So either you or the other party needs to forgive, disregard, make peace, to say sorry for your own peace of mind, not so much for just the sake of forgiveness or whatever. It's about all of it, really. And it's safe to do so, okay? Whatever decision, if you've got a decision on your mind, you'll be safe, secure and stay put, all right? So even though it might feel a little bit stagnant at the moment, that you might not be getting anywhere, I think what the cards are really advising you to do, Salida, is to make peace with the situation, okay? Do you have any questions for me?
Not really. It's me that can't go forward.
Yeah.
But I'm having stagnation in all areas of my life right now.
I think what the cards are asking you to do is forgive yourself more so than anything, because I think that's what might be holding you back. I think perhaps what's happened here for you is that, like you said, you've got a lot going on. You're feeling like you're not getting anywhere at the moment because all these things just keep coming up and getting thrown in your path. It's asking you to go back, all right? Remember your hopes and dreams. This is the Star, all right? I keep being pulled back to the Star here. I'm not sure if you've ever done any inner child work or not, Salida, but that can be very healing. And that's as simple as, sitting quiet for 5 minutes and visualising yourself walking on the beach or somewhere in quiet nature, somewhere which is your safe space, see yourself as a little girl, okay, and go up and talk to her and tell her she's safe, tell her she's okay. Work on that sort of stuff. And then remember her hopes, remember her dreams, and remember it is still very much there and within your power to take control of this. And again, I keep getting the reason why you're not moving forward here is because perhaps you're finding it hard to let go. Perhaps you're finding it hard to forgive. And again, I keep thinking this is to do with either a relationship or a friendship or someone who has, you know, where there's been some disharmony that's happened. Again, it could be money related. So do what you can to try and find some peace with the situation. That's very much what the cards are guiding you to do, Salida. Okay. Yeah. I know it's easier said than done, but, you know, you there?
I will try. Yes, I will try.
Yeah. It is. It's easier said than done. But if you can find strategies that work for you, that was just one suggestion. You know, do the inner child stuff. Let's see here. Be positive. I mean, it's easier said than done. Look, you know, be positive. But it is saying it's going to be all right, and that will have the flow-on effect in your romance and love life. Look at this. The romance and love lives card has just come out straight away. I think it's about shifting your perspective, Salida, and looking at it in the sense that, you know what, yeah, all these things have happened and all these disruptions have happened, but you're in control. You're in control of this, all right? You might not be in control of other things, but you're in control of the way you react, you know? I know that sounds cliche, but it's true. You can choose how you react to this situation. And the cards are very much saying that your way forward, that you're going to find peace with this, is to forgive, to let go, not to forget, not to say it's okay, what they've done, but for you to find your own inner peace with it. And then you're going to see some progress moving forward where you can start overcoming all of these obstacles and things like that. And again, that's going to have a flow-on effect to your, see, there's the love card, love, romance, improvement, okay? If you can just try and be positive about it and look at it from a perspective of, you know what, I'm in control here. I'm going to choose how I react to this situation. I'm going to take control of these circumstances that may not feel like they're in my control, but they are, you know, and it's about how you look at it and how you choose to react to it and what you choose to do with that. Yeah. Okay. Would you like me to ask for a little bit more guidance?
I'm sorry?
Would you like me to ask for a little bit more guidance for you?
If you could, yes.
Sure. If you have anything specific, throw it at me because I've got about a minute left.
Work. I'm trying to find a job desperately, and is anything coming?
All right, let's see. What's going to happen career-wise? All right, it's asking you, there's something you need to tie up loose ends with, okay? So something's unfinished for you, and I'm not sure what that looks like for you, but it's saying it's time to tie up loose ends with something, whether that's cutting ties with something or crossing off your I's or dotting your T's, something like that, to tie up loose ends. And also it's asking you to be strong, all right? Be strong, stand your ground with something. I get the sense that you're being provoked a little bit too, in the sense, you know, this is the card where there's the matador and the bull, and there's a red flag being waved at a bull, which could trigger you a little bit. But basically, in a nutshell, I'm getting stand your ground, but finish off other unfinished things. Okay. I hope that makes sense for you. I must get going because I've only got 60 seconds left. So, look, you know, all best with whatever's going on there. Just remember you're in control. Okay, you take control and try and find some peace with that situation by whatever strategy works for you. Okay. All right. I must get going. Thank you so much, everyone who listened and watched. And I shall be back same time next week. Bless be. Have a beautiful weekend. Thank you.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for the Mini Medium with Stephanie Cowan. Live from TarotWithSteph.net. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is the Mini Media on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
All right. Hi, guys. Welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday, happy Hump Day, and happy World Kindness Day today. I am your mini medium on the A1R Psychic Radio and the lovely, wonderful, beautiful Moonstruck TV. I am super excited to come on today and just to, number one, always share my gifts with you all and to see how the readings are with the callers, but also to, share a little bit about what's been going on the last 3 weeks of my life. So been very busy. I just got back from doing what I call a little 3-week mini tour. So I was on the East Coast, visited New Jersey and New York and Pennsylvania, and was out there really for an event called the New Jersey Para-Unity Expo, and got to share my gifts and meet so many beautiful, amazing people that are out in that area there. And just all over, so many people came into that expo, and it was incredible. And, had just beautiful connections, amazing energy that was there. There was a lot of energy, but we had some great connections. And then that was 2 days worth. And one of the highlights of my, for me personally, I mean, of course, sharing my gifts and seeing the, the comfort and the closure and the healing that, and guidance that, the clients as they came to me got. But one thing that I loved, that I just wanted so much to be able to meet one of my kind of silent mentors for 28 years that I've been a medium. I'm practicing mediumship. I wanted to meet the well-renowned medium Chip Coffey. If you're familiar with Chip Coffey, he was who I believe directed and produced, correct me if I'm wrong, but Psychic Kids. So, and I loved that because back when I was younger, what I do now and my gifts that I had back then were looked at as, imagination, or, I was troubled, or I needed, psychological help. And he really, did this show to show that, these are gifts that kids have at a young age, and we grow up with them, and we don't quite understand them if we don't have, guidance or mentors. So I love that he did that. And then he also worked with, a paranormal team, kind of a ghost hunting show called Kindred Spirits. So it was just so neat to be able to quickly just tell him how much that he has, inspired me and, mentored me. Little did he know, behind the scenes, kind of a silent mentor. But got to have a picture, meet him briefly. That was really cool. Got to meet Jason Hawes, Ghost Hunters, and got to kind of be at an after party with all the ghost hunters, the team, and then also Ghost Brothers and Kindred Spirits and Project Fear. I mean, there's so many. It was so fun. So I had a great time. Then got to tour around New York and with my husband. That was incredible. Got to go to Ground Zero. Now I'll tell you, if you've never had the chance to go to New York, to go to Ground Zero, or to go to the Empty Sky Memorial that's on the other side, that's in New Jersey, I highly suggest you take some time and go and just be in the moment, feel all the feels, back on that horrific, tragic day of 9/11 in 2001. I have to think my daughter was 18 months, my oldest. So I remember exactly where I was and what I was doing and remember that whole day. So to be there at ground zero doing what I do, it was very overwhelming. It was heavy, but it also was just very, I guess, kind of humbling. It was just kind of interesting, all the feels. But so anyhow, we got to do that and go to some other places. And then I got to take my husband to a Philadelphia game in Pennsylvania. That was fun. Got to go see a live Eagles game. We had great seats. That was a blast. So, and they won, and it was a crazy win. So that was kind of cool to be present for. And then we came back home, and I had one day to turn around and go to Indiana and went to visit my cousins, and out there got to see them. I have not seen these two cousins in 40 years. So yes, that tells you how old I am. So, got to do a few events out there, and that was incredible, absolutely incredible. So anyhow, so I'm just getting back. I'm back in the groove of everything, and I cannot wait to see how this full moon energy is going to affect readings. So as some of you know, we have the full beaver moon that's here on Friday. So the energy a couple days before is starting to be heightened. So the veil between us and the physical or the spiritual realm is very thin. And then usually a couple days after. So if you're wanting to do some full moon energy work, you can start now. Put that moon water out there, all your crystals and stones, and let them absorb all that beautiful full moon feminine energy. So we'll see how these readings are. Already have had some amazing connections today. So to get to it, some of you know that I bring up numbers, and numbers are really connected to either someone in spirit or a spirit guide, or can just be intuitively connecting to either a caller or any other readings that I have later tonight. So the number, I got fairly large number, this number 78, which would be like the age of 78, July 8th, someone even born in 1978. But what was interesting is it switched to 15, which 7 plus 8 being 15. So I'm going to kind of go with those numbers. We got kind of a broad, I guess, range of how these will connect, but I thought I better throw them all out there, and we'll see what happens with the callers tonight. But also, if they connect as like a birthday or a death date or an age. This is how spirit works. So, but I did pull a couple cards, as we always do for everybody. And the affirmation, we'll do that one first, because I did pull two, because we're in the full moon energy. And so I thought, let's pull a moonology card. So really quickly, the affirmation for everybody, and I love this card. It really does resonate with me with some things going on in my life. And it says, forgiveness helps me to let go and move on with my life, opening up to new and loving experiences. So forgiveness helps me to let go and move on with my life, which is very true. Forgiveness is huge, and the human side does not like to forgive, by the way, but it's very, very good and very cleansing and helpful. But opening up to new and loving experiences. So basically, you've got to forgive so you can move on, so you can open yourself up to new and loving experiences. Otherwise, if you don't, you will always sit in that kind of secluded dark space, and you'll miss out on new opportunities. So think about that for sure. Then the card that was pulled on the Moonology, which this actually fits beautifully with this now that I'm reading it, the new moon in Aquarius. So shout out to all of the Aquariuses, those air signs. I'm an air sign as well. And it says to bring love into the situation. So there you go. Forgiveness helps me to let go and move on with my life, opening up to new and loving experiences, then bring love into the situation. Now, if those aren't perfect together, I don't know what is. So there you go. Some affirmation and a little oracle moonology for you all, and however that meshes with your life. Take it on in. All right, you guys. Well, I am super excited. I've been out for a bit, and so I'm happy to be back. But my first caller is Jamie. Jamie is from, I believe, Kansas City, Missouri. Hi, Jamie. This is Mini Medium. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, hun. How can I help you tonight?
I'm not really sure. I've just been going through a lot lately in my life. I really just don't have any direction. You know, kind of lost at what I should be doing.
Okay. Okay. Welcome to the many of the masses. I think we're all kind of like in this weird kind of like vortex of energy lately. It's been really interesting. And I'll tell you, I do probably, I don't know, average of 15 readings a week-ish. And I'll tell you, you're not out of the norm, my friend. You're right there with many. So I think we're all just, waiting to see how next year is, So I happy to see what I can do to give you some guidance. I'm gonna pull a few cards just to see if there's anything that stands out. When I use my cards, for those who aren't familiar, I do use tarot, but I use them more as a guide or a tool, but really a visual validation of what my gifts are giving me. So sometimes it's nice. The human side wants validations, So just a couple things really interesting. As I pulled your cards, and I don't believe in coincidences at all. I don't believe in them. I think everything happens for a reason. And your cards happen to actually equal up to the number 15. So do you connect with that number? Do you connect with the number 15?
I don't think so. Not that I can think of, anyways.
Okay, no worries. And keep that in mind. So 15 for me, as I connect, it'll be, the 15th of a month being a death date, a birth date, a significant date. Now we could be looking at January 5th as a date where it's a 1 and a 5. So it's kind of how spirit gives me numbers and connects. But I really do, honestly, I feel like I am going back to 2015. So I want you to keep that in mind. So 9 years ago, just because there seems to be some shadow work that I'm feeling clear back from 9 years ago that is really a big part of what's holding you back from being able to find your purpose or to find your happiness or, what you're wanting to do with your life. So just be mindful about that time, about that 2015 time, okay? And if it resonates, please, you can interrupt and let me know. So in looking at your cards, there's such an emphasis on you being a very spiritual being, my friend. You have a lot of beautiful anyways. So you pulled this High Priestess card, this 8 of Pentacles, which is right side up, by the way. But there's also what I kind of felt was going to be coming. Now, this deck I use is primarily feminine energy. It's mostly women. There's 10 cards that have men. You happen to pull one card that is really I guess I would say the dominant of them. And that King of Swords is the battle, my friend. So there's some masculine energy that's holding you back from doing what you're wanting to do with your life. So please be mindful of who that may be. Are you married?
No. No, I've been alone for a while. Yeah, a few years.
Okay. For how many years? I'm sorry.
At least almost 3.
3 years? Okay. Okay. So the energy of that masculine, really, I know this is kind of hard to explain in such a short amount of time, but it is the source of energy that, if you look at cord cutting, which I do a lot of cord cutting, it's cutting that energetic cord of energy that's feeding into you from the masculine energy. So it's going back again. I want you to go back to 2015 and what was going on with the man in your life, whether it be dad or significant other. Oh, has dad passed? Boy, I just had a very strong father step in. Boy.
I'm not sure. I haven't spoken to him in a few years.
Ah, okay. It's making a lot of sense. Okay. All right. So, again, these are the energies, and it goes, and honestly, that card I pull fits really beautifully with you too, hon, where forgiveness helps so that you can let go and move on, so you can find love and happiness.
I thought so.
Yep. Yep. That fits beautifully with you. So all this is coming full circle. So, finding forgiveness for dad, even, any masculine or male in your life. So be mindful of that. That really is the biggest source of energy I feel that's holding you back. I think that's going to help you have kind of a next step, is working on that. Also, that very high vibrational spiritual side that you have, you're just not using it to its full potential. So you really have a very high vibrational energy. It's just this masculine energy is kind of overshadowing it. So, you have a healing energy. There's no doubt in my mind you're meant to help and heal others. So if you've been drawn to, anything in the medical field or teaching or massage therapy or cosmetology, all of these are right in that kind of that healing realm. Do you work right now?
Yes.
Okay. Because I feel what you're doing for work, and you don't have to say what you do. I just feel it's just a job, and that's fine. That'll, we got to pay our bills somehow.
Yeah, that's right.
But think about adding something to your life that is going to fill up that spiritual cup, but will also help you to close these chapters and that energy and cut those cords with dad, or any other masculine energy in your life.
There's been a few disappointments.
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, and when you go back to that 2015, I know you're going to go, oh, yep, I get it.
It could be my ex-husband.
Yeah, that's the direction I was going, but I wanted you to say.
I was thinking, and I was like, well, he kind of kept coming around that time, I think.
Right.
And, they always mess with everything, as they do.
Oh,
and
right. Yeah, so there's, there's just that, that unfortunate lingering, source of energy that, just we have to move on and forgive and find closure. And then once you do, it's amazing to see how things start just flowing beautifully. So, think about doing that for sure. Because as I see next year, we're in the year of the 9. That means that it's a time for completion. It's ending cycles. It's ending, journeys that have either not served you in a good way, or you're ready for the next chapter. And you're right there, my friend. You're right there.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah. I've had a lot of things come full circle, or I've seen it for what it is lately. Yeah. And it's obviously not good, to be around. So I get that.
Right.
Yeah, I do understand that.
I honestly, this might sound weird to say, but I'm proud of you, and I commend you for taking time away from any men right now and just focusing on you. I feel, it'll be time for you to have a new relationship within due time. But for now, still keep working on you, and you'll see how it all come around.
Yeah, okay? I've been trying to do that for a while, but
good. Well, that's good. Well, watch for next year. It's going to be a good year.
I hope so. I really, really need. I truly need it. Really do.
I know, hon. Well, I will be sending you lots of good love and light and good positive energy your way, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, you're so welcome. You have a wonderful night.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys, I think we got time for the next caller. And I missed the name of Tiffany. Oh, hi. Tiffany from Canada. Oh, I love my Canada. How are you? This is the mini medium.
I'm good.
Good. How can I help you tonight, my friend?
I was just wondering if there's anything on like family, health, or career.
Okay, sure. Okay. Yeah, let's kind of just, I'll go with whatever pops up first.
Okay.
For sake of some time, let me ask you, just because I love out of curiosity, because I keep getting numbers today like crazy. Do you connect with the number 15 as a significant number, death date, a birth date, an age?
Yeah, my birthday's on the 15th of January.
Oh, beautiful. I meant to connect with you. I knew I would find my person. Oh, I love it. Okay. Well, my friend, that your birthday, your number has been popping up all over. So, and I know, for sake of some time, I'm going to dive right into what's already coming up. So, but I'll tell you that number I was getting was really coming from a beautiful mother energy on the other side. So I was very much channeling a soul that is like a mother or mom. It was very maternal when I was seeing that number. So, however you connect with that, would that be your mom, or grandmother?
What's that, sorry?
I'm sorry?
Sorry, I missed that.
And that would be your mom?
Hello?
Are you there?
Yeah, sorry, I missed that.
You're okay. Nope. That number 15 I was getting, just wanted you to know it's coming from a very beautiful maternal spirit or energy that has passed. So has your mom or grandmother passed? So mom's mom?
Nope, they are still alive.
Okay. So I want you to be mindful of the, and this can very well be if you're married, significant other. So very maternal was bringing me that number 15, very much from the other side. So whoever very much is protective of you from the maternal was mentioning your birthday, that 15. Now, in looking, I pulled a few cards for you. I know you were kind of asking a few different topics, but boy, I'll tell you, you hold a lot of energy about your kiddos. So, and you have children?
Yes, I have 3.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay. I just wrote down the number 3. So beautiful. I know I've got about 5 minutes. So I'm going to tell you in this time, being that all that energy is sitting with you when it comes to the babies, some things I want you to just be mindful of, really coming here in about the next, 8 weeks. Boy, this is coming soon, Mama. So in about the next 2 months, starting into January, February, very much your oldest, I'm being drawn to the oldest, having some pretty significant shifts or changes in their path. There's a sense of even needing to just let it happen. So, and a lot of education wrapped around this because I see books everywhere. Is your oldest old enough to be attending higher education, college, high school?
No, she's in grade 5.
She's in 5. Okay. Your oldest is only, in 5th grade. Okay. I had to think she's only 5 years old. Okay. So,
yeah, she's 10.
Okay. And I'm sorry, what was that?
She's 10 years old, just turned 10.
10. Gotcha. Okay. Perfect. So even with her, some very significant changes with education coming. So I don't know how it is in Canada right around March time, springtime, but very much thinks outside the box. So if she's I know my daughter's 12 and, she's kind of put in different educational classes based on how she learns. So watch for that. There's this emphasis on her being really almost over the top. Especially, is she very intellectual when it comes to reading?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to tell you, about that March time. I don't know how school is for you guys. Do they go on a spring break around that time? I know it sounds weird, but
yes, they do.
Okay. So just watch around that time, just to give you a time frame of them even wanting to talk about her education, or she's in some more advanced classes. I think my only concern is that just how quickly this may progress, that it may be too much, too soon, too fast. So just kind of watch for that for her. And then oh, wow. Okay. How do you connect with the month of August?
I have my in-laws, my father-in-law's birthday is there, and my sister-in-law's birthday is in August.
Okay. And both living?
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Just some little bit of something. I feel like I'm going towards your father-in-law just because of what I'm seeing, more masculine side. Maybe just have him be mindful of, there's a lot of emphasis on that month having some health, not really issues, but needing to address some things, especially with blood pressure, with the heart, the lungs, especially with father-in-law. So, boy. You know, when I mentioned the mother energy that was here, I got that coming in again. So this has got to be on your husband's side, my friend. And whoever this is the one
yeah, it actually might be my father-in-law's mom. She just passed away not too long ago.
Okay, perfect. Okay, she's the one popping in really quick and wanting to make sure her son takes this seriously. So have him make sure he's staying on top of that blood pressure, and even the cholesterol. That was one thing I was seeing too. So the arteries. Sometimes they'll do this. They'll pop in because they're worried about their babies, which ironically, we're talking about your baby. So this is kind of come a little full circle. But I'll tell you, I know I've got about 90 seconds, but just want you to just know for you, take a deep breath, Mama. There's a lot of energy of worry about the kids, but I'll tell you, I'm very transparent with what I see, and I'll tell you exactly what you need to know. Maybe not what you want to know, but I'm not worried about the kids. So take a deep breath. I feel like they're going to be just fine. Matter of fact, your oldest daughter is smart as hell, my friend. Oh my gosh, she's got her brain. I can't even keep up with it. So watch out for that one. All right, my friend. Well, I know this was so brief and a lot in such a short amount of time, but I think the biggest message was to just watch over that oldest for sure. But please let your father-in-law know his mother came through if you feel comfortable, and have him check his health, okay?
Okay, we'll do that. Well, thanks so much.
Okay. All right, my friend. You're welcome. Have a wonderful night.
You too. Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, you guys, that is a quick wrap, right? It goes by so fast. But I am your mini medium. Please go follow me on Instagram at minimedium75. Facebook is mini medium. And then my website, mini-medium.com. See you next time, guys. Bye.
to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for astrology and psychic readings with Lady D. Lady D. Live from LadyDPsychicParties.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Astrology and Psychic Reading on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi everybody, welcome to Astrology and Psychic Readings with Lady D. I'm your host, Lady D, for this segment. I hope you've all had a wonderful week it's been. So we've got the full moon. It's coming up on the 6th. So for me, it's going to be the 16th of the 11th at 8:28 a.m. So if you are in America or the other side of the world, it'll be more the 15th for you. So this full moon is in Taurus and it's going to be conjuncting Uranus. So this is going to bring up some unexpected energy. So it can be, and it's going to be also opposing, so we've got Uranus also opposing the sun. So it's going to be something unexpected that could happen around the world. I always say with Uranus, we don't know what we're going to get. It could be a good surprise. It could be a not so good surprise. It can be anything that we just don't see coming. But I do feel like it's going to bring on some emotions, but we are dealing with Taurus. So I feel like it's going to trigger, I do feel like it's going to trigger greed around the world, or just greed in people, but also about bring up emotional things to do with like what makes you feel safe and secure, like finances or money changes. Because unexpected happens with finances or money around the world. It also could be bringing about sort of a big instability happening around you because Taurus like to be stable and they like to have everything solid, and this is going to really bring everything unstable because we've got Uranus, which doesn't like stability. It's ruled by Aquarius, so it likes to be surprised and then have unexpected things. We've also got during this full moon, we've still got that square with Saturn and Jupiter, which is bringing about, could be bringing some conflict or people saying the wrong things. But at the same time, we do also are in that opposition between Mercury and Jupiter as well. Which is bringing about, so the square is with Saturn and then with the opposition with Jupiter. So Jupiter is bringing quite luck with communication, but that square is bringing some problems with that. So we're still in that opposition between Mars and Pluto too. So we've still got a lot going on. I just feel like this full moon is going to trigger something and like activate something around the world or even in our own lives. It also could be about your home as well, because the moon represents your home in astrology too. I've also got here, there is an aspect of healing as well, because we've got some good aspects to Chiron. We've got Mercury tri-Chiron, and we've got Jupiter sextile Chiron. So let's bring some sort of healing, some sort of luck with something that's really caused you a bit of emotional pain here. So we do have that as well. And also during this full moon, we do have a tri with the Sun and Mars, which is bringing you, I feel like a little confidence or boost in ego here, because we have got the Mars in Leo. So we are also getting ready for Mercury retrograde happening in over a week too. So what have we got coming up? So we got here changes, like financial changes here. I've got here finding inspiration in small places. And I feel like it's going to be very big instability with this aspect, with this full moon. We've got here find what makes you secure. There could be things on with scams. We've still got some opposition, some things happening with Neptune there. So I just feel like things are sort of scams. Plus we've got Saturn going direct today. So Saturn's going to be coming in its full force in Pisces. So do be careful any scams or like all about things, mental health could be a thing that comes up as well. We've got here emotionally in charge. That's sort of about what values, what you value, what makes you feel secure. Even like what safety as well could be coming in that too. I've got here the greed will show. people standing in their power. So I feel like this is going to be forcing people to stand in their power. It also could be bringing up what you're scared and facing fears as well with that opposition with the sun. Things unfolding. So I feel like you find more things unfolding about certain situations. There's a hunger and a greed here. A sense of just unsettled. And I've got here, charm your way through things. So any issues coming up, I feel like just charm your way, talk your way out of it. Be very resilient and try to just be positive. That's what I've got coming up. So let's see. We've got to a caller. So we do have Tammy, who's in Missouri. So it's Spicard, Missouri in America. So hi, Tammy. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. How can I help you today?
Just a general reading.
Okay, cool. Let's have a look, see what we go. So we're sticking it to Tammy. I just like with you, everything's up and down. I just get like up and down. Things are very up and down. I also get like neat and tidy. So I don't feel like things can be very neat and tidy. I also get like neat and tidy as well. I feel like with you, there's a sense of, I don't know if you're being stubborn or you're being pushed to do something you don't want to do. I just see you like someone trying to push you forward, but you're not moving forward. And I just feel like, I don't know if it's you're being stubborn or not. So let's try and break this up. So let's look at like finances, let's look at money, and then we'll look at relationships for you. Okay. When I look at money, I feel like I'm like you're happy. Like finances, either they've improved or they're improving with you. I feel like there's a sense of like happy or it's easy going there as well. I feel like things are looking better for you. Like you're coming through something and you're coming out of it. And I want to go by December, you're feeling quite like you're happy, like you've achieved something here too. And I feel like things are looking on the up. I do sense that also there's something here about like wanting, I feel like also about wanting more stability as well though at the same time too. I also feel like you're very loved about your family, love you a lot. There's a lot of love, I feel like, coming around from your family from you, like you're very treasured as well. I also see you standing in your power. I want to go to January, like you're ready to, if you feel more like empowered, more encouragement here in January. But I just want to look at finances for you. I feel like that everything is kind of okay. And I go to the family and I feel like you feel you're very loved with the family as well. Because someone keeps on telling me that you're stubborn. So I do feel like maybe you're a little bit stubborn. I've got someone keeps on hearing you're stubborn. And there's something here that you won't budge on. And I feel like, I don't know what this is a relation to, but I feel like you need to be a little bit more lenient or tolerant with someone. I feel like there's someone pushing your buttons or they're getting on your nerves. And it's like, I don't know if it's you or them, but someone needs to be more flexible in this situation or let bygones be bygones. And it's like water under the bridge as well. I feel like with this situation. Does this make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
I have a niece that kind of stubborn with.
Oh, like a niece? Okay. I just feel like whatever this is about, I just feel like it has, like, things having has to be let go. Just like let it go. I don't know what it's about or what's going on, but I just hear like let it go. And like, I don't think it will change. So I feel like it's just going to have to be forgotten about or let it go as well.
Okay.
I also see travel with you too. I do see like next year, I do see a plane. So I do feel like there's just travel. I see a plane traveling at night time. I'm just trying to see if it's like international or domestic, but I was hearing international. So I do feel like I do see a big plane. So I do feel like there is some sort of trip or holiday coming up next year for you. But I feel like you're traveling at night time. So I see you like the plane going off in the dark at night. But I don't know if it's for business or for No, I feel like this is more of a holiday. Could be more of a holiday that's coming up for you too. I'm not quite sure exactly where you're going, but I feel like wherever it is, it's a city location. Like I feel like I'm in a city. I mean, you're already in America, so you're already. I'm seeing a city like New York, but you're already in America. Maybe it's like Japan. Don't know, but I just feel like I'm in a city, some kind of city location. I'm not really seeing beach, but I feel like there's a lot of things to do where you are, and it's like fun times. So I keep on hearing next year. So I do feel like there's that coming up for you next year as well. Do you have any questions for me?
On love relationship, is there anything that you see?
Let's have a look. You got someone around you at the moment? Like you're with someone now?
I'm not with anybody now.
Okay, I do see a man around you, and I do see also like a proposal. So the man that I am seeing, I feel like that he's not like scrawny and skinny, but maybe he sort of works out a little bit, looks after himself, because I see like a little bit of broadness, but he's not like, it's not nothing to do with being big or overweight, but perhaps he does a lot of lifting or something for his work, or he's just more of a solid man. But it's in a good way. And I see like light colored hair, and I do feel like he's Caucasian, and I do feel like he's American. He may be more from the southern, maybe more from the south. I'm not too sure, but he's wearing jeans, and then he's got like a shirt, like a buttoned up shirt. And I don't know, with this man, I do see a proposal with him. So I feel like if you haven't met him yet, he's yet to come into your life. So I do feel like there is someone to come in. I kind of feel like this man looks a little bit dreamy. Like, I don't know, I'm hearing like he looks dreamy. So I'm not sure what that means. So I do feel like maybe good looking, but I feel like fair complexion. I feel like this man is handy, like with his hands. I feel like he can, like he's got like a tool belt, or he has like measuring tape. What do you call it when it's in a toolkit? What men use to measure things. Just say measuring tape. So I do feel like there's like, so I do feel like he's quite handy, and I don't know, this man comes to you. So I just feel like you don't have to do anything. This man will just sort of come to you.
Okay.
So, yeah. I'm not sure when this man comes. Sorry?
Okay, sorry. I was going to say, do I have anybody around me, like people that have passed?
Passed? Yeah, I did feel that I had someone before that would tell me that was the person telling me you're stubborn. I do feel like quickly they are a man, and I feel like that they're right by your side. They're with you through thick and thin. This person, I feel like, keeps their cards a bit close to their chest. They don't like to reveal everything, but they treasure you a lot, and they are very close to you. And I feel like this person's like a hugger. They give you a hug, but this person's like always on your side. I don't know if it's like a partner or like you had a relationship with this person, but I feel like it's like very close to you with this person. But you've got a male there around you at the moment that I sense. So thank you for calling in today. I hope I've helped you today.
Yes, thank you so much.
It's okay. So everybody, if you want to contact me for a reading, you can. In a few weeks, I will be going to New Zealand for a fair over there at the end of the month, which is exciting. But you can contact me for a reading. My Facebook is Lady D Psychic Parties. My website is the same, Lady D Psychic Parties. My YouTube is called Lady D or Danielle Psychic. My Instagram is Lady DS Psychic, and then my TikTok is just Lady D Psychic. So if you want to contact me for a reading, you definitely can. As I said, I will be in New Zealand at the end of the month for a fair there. So it'll be the last day of November, first day of December. There's going to be some free workshops there as well. So have a great week, and I hope this full moon is a very good one for you all.